From the day we arrived on the planet, we king stepped into the sun. There's more to see they can never be seen. More to do they can never be done.
Way.
It's far too much to take in. Just ruin the whole thing.
The cell phone is ringing.
It's the circle of life. All right.
It's an important call, sir.
It's Whit. He's interrupted. I'm telling him he's interrupted.
Someone is texting Raymond to ask our thoughts on. Wait a minute! Hello and welcome to the Parking Lot Projectionists podcast. My name is Andrew Coulson.
And I'm Raymond Vision.
And today we saw Avengers: Age of Ultron.
I'm glad they kept that, man. All right. Would you like to know what Age of Ultron is
Raymond, what is Avengers Age of Ultron about?
Avengers Age of Ultron is a 2015 action-adventure sci-fi superhero movie.
Whoa.
Yeah. Sequel to the 2012 Marvel's The Avengers, climax of Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 2.
What about Ant-Man?
This is supposed to be the climax. Ant-Man is just like an end credit sequence.
That sucks!
When Tony Stark tries to jumpstart a dormant peacekeeping program, things go haywire, and it is up to the Avengers to stop the villainous Ultron from enacting his terrible plan.
Huh?
It stars Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, James Spader as Ultron, Samuel L. Jackson, Don Cheadle, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Bentley, Kobe Smulders, Anthony Mackie, Haley Atwell, Idris Elba, Stella Skarsgård, Claudia Kim, Thomas Kretschmann, that was Strucker, Andy Serkis,
Yeah.
Julie DePly, Madame B, I have no idea who that was, Stanley.
Wait, he was himself.
I think it's canon that he's the god of that universe.
All right.
That's another character here somewhere. That's all right. That's all you need to know. Directed by Josh Whedon.
Where should we know him from, Raymond?
It's that dude that did that Firefly, very big hit show.
Got canceled.
It was on Fox. Well, they don't know what they're doing. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He had writing credits for Toy Story, Cabin in the Woods, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Dollhouse, and Serenity. Final chapter in the Firefly franchise. Written by Josh Whedon.
Raymond is being hypnotized by Scarlet Witch right now.
Jack
and is
Kirby.
Trapped in some sort of IMDb hell. Snap out of it, sir. We're in a podcast.
All right. Jumpstart this cube.
Yeah, you right?
This film kicks off. Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver staring into each other's eyes like they was in love or some shit. Their
Holding
brother and
hands.
sister holding hands.
Something's going down.
Touching each other inside a Hydra base. Strucker with his monocle. Yelling at everybody. Yeah, you know, speaking that German shit.
With his homeboy List from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, was that him?
Yeah, that's List, who escaped from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What you didn't see in the movie is that Agent Coulson told Maria Hill, send in the Avengers.
Agent Coulson, who should have got him in the beginning.
Yeah.
Kicking the movie off.
They still don't know he's alive.
Because I liked in the first movie how they did the opening monologue with the mouth of Thanos. So I wish they would have had opening monologue with Coulson. Time to bring in the Avengers. I'm sorry, that's not his voice. All Coulson fans, please don't attack me.
It's time to bring in the Avengers.
Yeah, he says it like that.
Casual.
Oh, that's the main man. He should have showed up.
Save the day at the end.
He should have showed up at the end. Just like wielding two of those weapons on his shoulders and blasting that Ultron.
I know what these things do.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. All right, that's enough Coulson love for right now. But anyway, Strucker's rolling around.
He's yelling at his men, do not surrender no matter what. I'm going to surrender.
Yeah, I'm about to surrender. I ain't dealing with this shit. He's like, the Avengers coming outside. Hold them off. It's the Avengers. Like some of the dudes was like, oh, I'm about to give up. We did not get that in that sequence. I would have loved one of the dudes just was like, I'm sorry, I give up.
For my money, this is the best action sequence in the movie, and
the movie started off pretty damn good with this action sequence.
It was a roller coaster one-shot sequence that tried to top that one shot in the Avengers finale where you see them all working together, and it did. It was amazing.
It was pretty damn awesome. I'm not gonna lie. This probably was the best thing in the film. They were acting a fool.
You got Black Widow driving a Jeep with Hawkeye in the back. Iron Man goes flying by, takes out a few guys. Thor lands on a pedestal and his impact blows some people away.
Jumped down and had a beam in his head. It was smashing people over the head with the beam.
Yeah, he grabbed a beam off of the thing they were standing on, the structural integrity.
Beating people.
And then Captain America comes rolling up and he does some amazing motorcycle stuff.
Using the motorcycle as a nunchuck, just twirling around his body, beating people up.
Like Jet Li in the one.
Yeah. He was just acting a fool with it. Hulk was like, eat your body.
They get closer and closer and closer, and finally, they're through the first line.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to break through that Hydra base.
Yeah. So Iron Man tries to go touch it. It's got a shield around it.
Shield around this abandoned-looking place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit, we got to go to Endor. Like,
Language.
Oh. I'm sorry. We're not going to address the fact that Andrew just said language. So
no one else heard that?
No one else heard that. Stark's like, we need to go to Endor. It's like, nah. Jarvis like, nah, cuz.
I'm afraid the Hydra base will be quite operational when the Avengers arrive. He's holding Coulson hostage on the Death Star.
Coulson just need to show up. Coulson needs to kill Thanos in the last part 2 of Infinity War.
Agent Coulson just shows up with the Kurt Russell glasses, the night vision glasses, and the dual wielder.
And acting a fool. That'd be great. So it's like, look, bro, I found it. They don't know how to shield the ground. So why don't you just shoot a missile down and blow up the shield generator?
Stark yells something like, I want to touch it.
Bam! Shot it. Shield went down. Red group, go. Group, all fighters, follow me.
You're becoming a better pilot.
By the way, the villains had like jetpacks and like propulsion technology without armor on.
Still didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, they was idiots.
There's a bunch of them lined up in front of a tank and they were all charging. And it's like, oh, look, they're lining up. They're just a little excited.
Oh, no, that was a great scene. So Cap just did his shield like this. And Thor smacks his shield and it creates the vibration and just mows him down. Meanwhile, Von Strucker's men are shooting lasers, attacking the city. Iron Man sends in the Iron Legion, a bunch of droids
that Jarvis is controlling,
a bunch of drones that we were so much against in Iron Man 2. But for some reason,
now it's okay.
Yes, we had a bunch of movies. Everybody forget about Iron Man 2. We had some movies in between, so they won't remember the plot of Iron Man 2.
Ooh.
Which Tony just did what the villain of Iron Man 2 just did.
Ooh.
And created his own drones. All right, so the Iron Legion comes in and like, we're here to help. Please step back. People just like
throws Two-Face acid on his face.
I throw acid on one of the things' face for no
Batman
reason.
tried to rescue the robot, but
apparently the world was upset with the Avengers. Did we miss a movie or something?
No, that area, they had the graffiti of Iron Man with a big money symbol on it. I think that part of the world just hates Tony Stark, but not the Avengers. They assumed it was Stark technology, and they were just throwing acid
that's right, because the twins are from that country, and they have their backstory about Stark, too.
Ooh. Speaking of the twins, List says, hey, we should unleash the twins. Maybe they can hold them off while we escape. And Von Strucker's like, no.
List is like,
hey, they're gone.
I guess Von Strucker was like, well, we can't show what the twins do because we gotta wait for the rest of the movie. Because of plot reasons. There's absolutely no reason for him not to release them. So, Cap walks in, Scarlet Witch shoots him with Scarlet powers.
Doesn't work, she just trips him and knocks him downstairs.
He just falls down the stairs, gets back up, and then smacks Von Strucker in the face and she walks away.
Von Strucker, you're too slow!
Oh yeah, and Hawkeye was trying to shoot like
an arrow at a bunker.
I was trying to think of the word. Quicksilver knocks him down a bunch of times.
You didn't see that coming?
You're too slow, white man.
Black Widow's tend to his wound. Somebody take out that bunker?
Boom, 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 boom.
Thank you.
Black Widow's looking at the Hulk. He's like eating people's bodies. He's like, you fool yet? Like, what was he doing? His back was turned. He just like chomping on some guy. It looked like he was chomping on a guy. There's no blood, Disney.
Time to sing him a lullaby.
She's just like, high five.
Apparently, she has very specific language she uses every time, because at a later point in the movie, she starts it off the exact same way. Hey, big guy, sun's getting real low. And then she strokes him.
Does like a sensation on his arm, hits a nerve or something, and his body just starts tingling like, ooh. And then he just shrinks to Bruce Banner. So, meanwhile, Tony goes in, gets out of his suit, puts it in Sentry mode, tries to download.
Sentry mode, that's kind of cool. Too bad it didn't get used, but that was cool. Yeah, he gets out of it.
Jarvis scares the room's like, there's something over there in the corner. Ooh, secret door. Yay! Opens the door, walks down the stairs. The Sentry suit does not follow him. Apparently, it just let Scarlet Witch in there. Was there another entrance somewhere we didn't know?
It seems like sometimes Scarlet Witch has like some sort of weird teleporting thing whenever she was going out the door when Cap was there.
I think that was for dramatic effect. Shift movements, like a horror movie style, like
Yeah,
That
okay.
She didn't do that at any other point in the movie. It was just for
I'm just making
the cinematography of it.
I thought she had a power there for a
It
second.
would have been cool if she moved like that. Well, I guess Quicksilver's fast. She can't. He would be obsolete.
It's more of just like a Slender Man thing. Like she just pops into different places where she wants to.
Yeah.
Give me $20.
Give me
$20.
The fight in the clip. All right, sorry.
Keeps walking around in the woods and she just keeps showing up.
Give me $20. Every time she pops up on the screen now. Whenever somebody mentions Scarlet Witch on the podcast, one of us has to sing the song. Tony's down there. He sees
Loki's mind control staff from the first Avengers movie. Some sort of a machine. They're trying to reverse engineer the alien technology. Have a huge Leviathan hung up like it's a deer on somebody's wall above them. Those big whale creatures that flew around New York at the end of the last movie for people who don't have a picture of it.
Yo, why we didn't get some type of mutant Chitauri creatures from that?
They're building robots instead. Because Chitauri were half robots. So they're experimenting with Chitauri robotics. They had a bunch of robot building equipment that they hadn't used. Would have been useful to fight the Avengers.
It would have been.
Build yourself a robot army.
But plot. Anyway, Scarlet Witch comes in.
Give me $20.
She starts playing with Tony's mind. Tony sees himself standing in Thanos' little meteor room, floating in space. I don't know how he could breathe in space.
It's a dream sequence.
I was just making fun
Well,
of it.
wait a minute.
We
Might be operating on logic that states that you can breathe in outer space because Guardians of the Galaxy established you can survive in space.
I knew he was going to bring that up. It was a dream sequence, but sometimes in dreams when people will fall in the water, they start feeling like they're drowning. Why didn't he feel like he didn't have air? I don't know. It's not a big point to the movie. Anyway,
it's a huge point to the movie because it actually is his motivation for creating Ultron. See, it has the vision.
The breathing part is not the...
Oh, the breathing is not.
Yeah,
No.
I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. People get mad at us. You're complaining about the breathing. Okay.
Well, metaphorically speaking, he can't breathe.
Oh. All right. So he just sees all the Avengers dead, laying on the ground.
Shield broken. He goes to Cap.
Yeah, he's like,
and then
Cap's body.
Cap wakes up, grabs his arm. Please tell me nobody kissed me.
Yeah, he does that. Passes out again, and then pops up. He says, "You could have saved us." Dead.
Then Tony looks up and he sees that there's an even bigger wormhole. There's a whole entire fleet of Chitauri forces.
Ships he saw in the wormhole, like about 4 or 5 of those. So he was all scared. He's like, oh. And then I think one of the worms came and like ate him and he woke up, huh? Is that what happened?
Yeah, the Leviathan came back because at the beginning of the vision, he thought the Leviathan came to life in the Hydra lab behind him.
And then he was in space.
Yeah. But anyway, he's back.
Because Scarlet Witch's power didn't last
Give
that
me
long.
$20. It didn't last long. She's very curious about this for some reason. And even though they hate Tony Stark, according to their backstory, and the whole reason they join Ultron later in the movie is to get Tony Stark, they just decide to let him go?
Yeah, they didn't kill him for some reason. Because plot, Andrew.
Because plot?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
They were good at heart, Andrew. She couldn't bring herself to kill him in the beginning, even though his missile killed their parents. Plot. That's why she didn't kill him when she had the chance.
Okay, I won't press the issue. We can move on.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
now,
it's a problem.
But because Tony Stark has to stay alive and create Ultron. Maybe she didn't recognize it was Tony Stark. No, she did. That's a lie. Everybody knows what Tony Stark is. Anyway, she messed with his mind, made him see that. Oh, she mentioned something about she knew he would create Ultron or something like that. I don't know. Why would she want him to do that, though?
Yeah, especially if the outcome's gonna be what the vision. She just moving on, I guess.
Yeah. So anyway, her Quicksilver right away. Stark grabs the stone. I said the stone.
Whoa,
He grabs
spoilers.
the staff. Heads out.
They listen to some nice classical music on the jet ride home.
Like you're my trap queen. Wearing his Beats by Dre, by the way.
Yeah, the Hulk on his ears.
He needed the music.
There's no Avengers
They
iPod.
could like implant something in his ears if they want to.
Oh my gosh. That's horrible. Black Widow says, I'm attracted to you. We're both monsters.
We are. We'll be monsters forever. Together. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody was caring. Cap was like, you're not a monster. You know what they say about Hulk? Oh, that thing eats everybody. I can't stand Hulk.
Hell is overrun with the blood of his enemies.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Heard my boy talking about he'd whip Hulk's ass if he had the chance. Stupid shit.
Mark Ruffalo looks mortified.
Oh my God, what kind of monster am I?
Did I really eat someone?
Metaphorically speaking. They go back to the Avengers Tower.
Yeah, nice reveal. There's a nice new statue in front of the Wall Street Place memorial statue that we panned up from with a bunch of firefighters after the attack.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. It's one of the good things I like about the movie. Go into the Avengers Tower. Kobe's sitting there. Oh, I'm sorry. Maria Hill. I called her Kobe. Called her out the wrong name.
Come back.
Kobe, my man. Maria Hill's like, got all y'all shit together. Can I have a break? Stalker's like, hell no.
We need information on the Maximoff.
Yeah. Who are these people? The Maximoff twins? What the hell kind of name? Sir, don't be insensitive. All right.
His power is that he's an extreme homophobic. And her power is that she is an eroticist. He's fast. She's
weird. All right. You don't think they're dangerous? Oh, who would sign up for a German person operating on them? Looks at the camera intensely.
Audience applauds.
Yeah. Bruce Banner and Tony Stark.
Hey, how's Hawkeye? And it's like, he's Hawkeye.
Yeah, Hawkeye be right. Oh, they introduced this doctor lady.
Dr. Cho for the Chinese audience.
Ooh.
I'm assuming that she's a Chinese movie star. Because they had that thing in Iron Man 3 where they had a random subplot that wasn't in the American version with that Chinese doctor that ended up taking out his piece.
So is that the same doctor, you think?
That was a male doctor. This is a new one. She might be someone famous from China, and they integrated her for the Chinese audience for whenever that releases over there.
Didn't they have that release already?
Or maybe she's in the comics as well.
I don't know if she's in the comics.
Dr. Cho.
What's she doing? Was she using like UV to grow flesh?
She said something about nano healing technology machine thingy.
She was shooting him with blue light and he was growing
tissue.
His skin was growing back. Hawkeye just laying there drinking something out of a small cup. They gave him a miniature cup. They gave him a sample of a smoothie. Bruce and Stark are looking at staff. You need to examine it. We got 3 days before Thor takes it back. Then 3 days we'll have a party. Woo!
Hawkeye's, I'm all right, but still don't have a girlfriend. Joe's like, I can't help you with that. But is Thor gonna be there?
What a slut. Anyway.
Whoa! There was controversy over, was it Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. called Black Widow a slut in an interview?
Called Black Widow a slut?
In a joking way, and then people made a controversy out of it.
Because she's messing around with Cap and Hulk? We'll get to that. Tony's all like, we could build Ultron with this thing. He's like, I don't want to do that, Tony.
No, stop.
Please don't. Blah, blah, blah.
Let's put it to a vote. Oh, put it to a vote. I know what they'll say, that you're meddling in things you won't understand.
I want to create a suit of armor around the world. Fine. He just gives it to Tony anyways.
For some reason.
Oh, he showed the image, what Jarvis's brain looks like, and then he analyzed the staff and showed
a bunch of neurons firing off almost like AI. Maybe we can mix it with a program.
Yeah, we can use this Create Ultron program. Remember? It's like, oh, all right, whatever. So they're working on it. Days are going by. Nights are going by.
Days go.
They got papers everywhere. Cliche fashion. They're like, it's time to give up. Time for the party to start.
Jarvis, let us know.
I'll just slide this here. As soon as he walks out the door and the light cuts off. Sequence complete.
That actually got out of the audience.
What? Why?
You didn't hear the rest.
That?
You didn't hear the rest of the audience. There were people behind me in the audience. It succeeded.
What? How many times have you seen that in the movie?
Oh, we forgot to mention those helper drones came back. Little drone repair shop that switches out their parts below where their lab is in the Avengers Tower.
Iron Legion, Andrew.
Yeah.
Why did he blow up the suits in the third movie again?
I don't know.
What was the other in the third movie about? Why? I'm sorry.
He built another one. A better one. Apparently two, based at the end of the movie.
And Veronica. Get to Veronica
and
later.
Created another...
Yeah, Friday.
Your girl Friday. Who was voicing Friday?
That's a good question, Andrew. That's what I need to know.
A huge spoiler. We need to know.
Right now.
There's a spoiler. Might not be on there.
Might not. It's playing the Avengers trailer. I'm sorry. Don't show this to people. Cut this out. Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Everybody's working for the weekend. Partying. What?
Kerry Condon. Oh, shit.
Language.
You remember Unleashed with Jet Li?
No.
You never saw Jet?
I never saw that.
With Jet Li, Morgan Freeman and Bob Hoskins?
Nope.
Well, Morgan Freeman's adopted daughter, Kerry Condon, is the voice of Friday.
We go inside the mind of the machine.
Activating
all these little cubes of information. And the golden one is Jarvis. And I like how you're yawning.
And the blue one is, yeah, it was a real yawn because it's late. It's late. And the blue one is Ultron. Where am I? What is this? I'm going to alert Mr. Stark. Not alert anybody. Downloads a bunch of information on the internet. Oh, no, this is all wrong. I got to save the world. Oh, no. Funny joke. What are you doing? No, stop it. And Jarvis just gets disintegrated, some shit.
Raymond is falling asleep while
Not
he's
falling
saying...
asleep.
Raymond is closing his eyes.
I'm not closing my eyes. I am closing my eyes, but I'm not falling asleep.
Maybe you should stop leading on stuff.
All right.
Well, Raymond told you this very boring part of the movie in a very boring way to help you get through it.
Yeah.
He kills Jarvis.
Murders Jarvis in cold blood. Oh, I'm sorry, in cold zeros and ones.
Starts building himself a body from bits and pieces of Iron Legion.
Then we come to the party.
Yeah.
Everybody's having a good time. They dancing. Falcon's in there playing pool with Cap.
Yeah.
Don Cheadle's.
Don Cheadle.
What's his name?
Rhodey.
Rhodey's going around the party telling everybody. So I walk up to the general.
Slam the tank right in front of that general.
And I say, boom. And
there it is.
Tells that to
Tony and
to
Thor.
Maria Hill. And then just look at him like, oh.
Thor's like, that's the end of the story?
Shut up.
I told that to everybody else and that joke kill. So boys, where are your girls? Where's Pepper at? Where's...
Pepper's running a company. Jane's off in another country winning Nobel Peace Prizes.
Yes.
Activist, yes.
Hasn't even been published yet.
Oh, okay. Then they walk away. Thor goes, Jane's better. So childish.
Testosterone!
Oh, God. She did that in the movie.
Meanwhile, Don Cheadle walked up to a group of other people.
Dropped the tank, said, boom. Everybody starts laughing. He's like, yeah.
Still got it.
Falcon and Cap are talking to each other. He's like, nah, I'm gonna lead the Avenger to you. I don't think they got enough budget for me to show up at the end. Only one black guy can show up at the end.
I'm just supposed to smile, stay out of the conversation.
Yeah.
Say things like, dang, and that is what?
Yeah, Cap. Sorry. Later, Cap.
Did they have some line about a missing person, which I guess was supposed to be a reference to Bucky? Subtle hint that they were still searching.
Probably so.
That's nice that we got a little time between the people who know each other at this party, having them socialize with people they've come in contact with.
And other people, man, that really should have happened. Falcon and War Machine should have walked up to each other. What are you doing here? Those are the only black guy at this party.
Only black Avenger at this party? Dang, man, I didn't know.
One of them walks away. It would have been great, but they didn't do that.
And the naked Yellow Ranger walks by.
Oh, it would been great. Yeah, them two didn't interact.
Thor pulls out the good stuff. He's got this
Small flask.
1,000-year-old stuff. Not even the gods can keep this down.
He gives it to these old people. I thought they was going to die in the movie.
He's going to kill Stan Lee.
Barely walks off and says, Excelsior. That's all he did.
Everybody in the audience was like, yay. There was that one conversation, Black Widow and
God.
Mark Ruffalo. They do some sort of 40s skit where she pretends to be some sort of diner person from the 50s. I've been done wrong, my boy.
Yeah, we should be together. I'm a monster girl. I like monsters. Could be your monster love too. Cat walks up and is like, what's up, man? Oh, you about to give Black Widow? Everybody had that. That walks away. Then,
What do you mean everybody?
Yeah, what do you mean everybody?
You guys are a good match, though. I'm glad that they referenced his relationship with Widow from Winter Soldier. Now we get to the part that everybody came to see the Avengers for. Everybody chilling out, eating some Chinese food, sitting around
all
the
the party
coffee
guests
table.
left. So it's just the Avengers.
Plus
apparently
Joe
we
and
did,
Maria
apparently we
Hill.
did miss the scene between Rhodey and Falcon because Falcon was gone. He flew away. I'm the only
offended.
black Avenger here, so bye. Having a good time laughing. Hawkeye's like, oh, it's just a trick. I'm Thor. I'm badass. Har, 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 har. He's like, won't you try to pick it up then? I will. Hawkeye walks over, grabs it.
It's been a long week, Barton. We understand if you can't get it up.
Oh, yeah. Ugh. He said, you're not worthy.
Stark does his turn. Simple physics. I'll be right back. Tries to lift it with his Iron Man arm. Can't do it. Then you got an Iron Man War Machine double teaming it.
Oh, you even lifted? Whose side are you on? Just whoa.
Represent! You go, Cap. You go, Cap. And it nudges. Thor's not smiling anymore. Like, what the f...
Tries to pull harder and they does not do it. The Thor's like, oh, yes.
You know what?
Nobody's worthy. None of you are worthy of me. Thor's a real dick.
Whoa.
That was kind of a dick in this movie. Everybody knew that.
Banner tried to do it before Cap. Pretended like he was hulking out.
Yeah, he
and,
went,
and
"Rah!" And everybody was like, no, not funny.
get off the stage.
Get off stage now. Everybody move.
Black Widow's, nah, it's not a question I need answered.
They just didn't want her to lift it. Why Maria Hill didn't lift it out of doctor?
Yeah.
Rude. Then all of a sudden, none of you are worthy. Messed up Iron Legion robot coming in.
You're all killers.
I have messages for you all. I'm sorry.
Welcome to my nightmare! I'm
used to
no
have
longer one
strings
of your
on me.
puppets. Can't manipulate me like your drones. Oh, it's Ultron.
It's like, Jarvis, do we have a faulty drone? Jarvis isn't here anymore. He sends out Iron Legion robots to attack him.
Boom, boom. Maria Hill's the only one who prepared herself for the fight. She's the only one drawing a gun during the conversation.
Cap kicks the table over,
Shields himself with the table.
With the table.
Flies across the room.
flying around the room, fighting.
Stark gets thrown to a bookcase.
Don Cheadle jumps off the balcony onto one. And Tony grabs some needle and then jumps on the one, tries to shut it down.
Stabbing it.
It started dying. One of the bodies grabs the staff, takes off with it.
Yeah, and Thor tried to tail him, and it's like, it got away.
I thought I let the damn thing get away. The hell? Yeah, it's Alex texting me.
Long periods of silence. There's also that cool part where Barton, hey Cap, and throws the shield at Cap, and Cap ninja kicks the shield at one of the robots.
They did a lot of tag team action in this movie.
Yeah.
They didn't do a lot of that in the first movie. They still didn't do power at 400% with Thor and Iron Man.
He did it to somebody else.
Spoiler alert. They may have kind of did that at the end. The one that was Ultron was left. Thor throws his hammer at it, it breaks.
Thor, we needed him to talk, man.
He's an AI, so he escaped through the internet.
Yay!
The old internet escape routine for every AI ever.
And where does he go?
To the moon?
No, he just goes to the base that they fought at the beginning of the movie. The one place that they would know to look.
If they would know to look, or the last place they would think to look.
It's where he originated from. That's where he got the staff. So he starts watching Pinocchio and building himself some new bodies at the Hydra base. We cut to, is it Nova Scotia?
Wherever Von Strucker was in the first movie, beginning
It's like
of the first
Scotia
movie.
something, I thought. There's a bunch of people surrounding an abandoned church. The twins just show up. Darth Sidious is sitting in a chair.
Wearing a red robe.
So, young Maximoff twins, you've come.
So what are you doing here?
He had this whole speech about the church being in the center of the town, equality.
Yeah, and this is when Scarlet Witch explains why she let Tony take the staff. 'Cause I knew he would create you. Some shit like that. Even though I hate Tony Stark. Yes, and he stands up and he's like, I'm no man. Look at my body. Ooh. I'm just a talkity-talk, chitty-chat-chat robot.
Wait a minute,
Yay.
It's been 2 minutes. How'd you build this body?
This
Ultron?
dude had...
It's been 2 minutes of screen time and you got a new body already. It was a long night.
It did it quite fast.
Especially since it's such a charismatic model with a lot of facial movement.
The facial thing.
The Optimus lips.
It wasn't even Optimus lips.
Yeah,
he
it
just
was-
had
it
a
was-
flat
it-
surface.
bloop,
Somehow
bloop,
the
bloop.
metal was able to move without being contracted. It wasn't doing what a mechanical thing should do. It was moving like a cartoon. Metal was bending while he talked. He
Yeah.
had metal lips. So anyways, he could visit them. Y'all join my team, and we're going to take out the Avengers because I know you hate Tony.
You hate the spider. I hate the spider. Let's make a deal. Interested?
Anyways, they're trying to find Ultron. Oh, he erased everything from the internet somehow.
What are we gonna do without...
Oh, I got old files. So they start looking through papers.
Oh, papers. You mean the thing that every single hospital in this country should have, but every single one of them got rid of to rely completely on a computer system? So if something ever happens to that computer system, all the data for all the patients will be completely lost?
I think they still have hard copies. Tony had hard copies of everything he knew. Let's look through all this stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Like, hey, that guy looks familiar. He worked with
Peter
yeah. Yeah.
That guy looks so familiar.
That guy looks like Andy? Yeah. Ultron, they got a picture of Von Strucker and he was dead in his cell with peace written on the wall.
It's written in blood.
Scary. Tony was like, wait. I know that guy. He worked with Von Strucker. I did some dealings with him back in the day. What? Oh, it was not like that. His name's Ulysses Claw. Bruce researches like Wakanda? That's a Black Panther reference.
Hawkeye, get off the phone. We going somewhere. I got my girlfriend.
You ain't got no woman. Shut up. Let's go. So they go to Wakanda, Black Panther's country,
They just go to Wakanda.
hop in a jet and go to Wakanda so they can find Ulysses Claw.
Huge missile operation operating out of some huge cargo ship off the coast of Wakanda.
Oh, it's like, what comes out of Wakanda? He's like, I thought your dad minded it. Oh, I'm sorry. Thought your dad minded it all. No, still more in Wakanda. He looks at the shield. It's like, vibranium. Oh my God, he's a vibranium dealer.
Strongest metal there is.
What's Ultron gonna do with that vibranium? I don't know. He can do anything. They go to Wakanda. Claw is talking to his troops, yelling at him. Get that shit together. Scarlet Witch walks in. He pulls a gun out. Quicksilver takes the gun, disassembles it, reassembles it, throws it away.
He perfectly stands up all the bullets on the table next to the magazine.
It's like, oh, that's clever. I ain't scared of y'all. You enhancements. That's what they're called. They're not called mutants. They're called enhancements. Bird in hell, enhancements.
You strike me as the muscle, and I don't deal with the muscle.
I need to talk to the head guy. And Ultron's behind him.
He just throws him.
Throws him on the ground. They just like, man, we need to make a deal.
I ain't no man.
Yeah. Where is it? Shows him where all the vibranium that he mined at. So he's like, oh, should have known you were one of Stark's. Don't compare me to him. I'm better than him. He grabs his arm, cuts it off. Preluding to he's gonna have.
He just said that so casually, Raymond.
He grabs his arm, cuts it off.
Don't compare me to Stark. Grabs his arm, cuts it off.
Grabs his arm, cuts it off. He got very upset.
Don't compare me to Stark.
All right, Andrew put a lot more enthusiasm into it, but
But
it was just like
Raymond's keeping it chill right now.
it's like I knew it was about to happen because you knew who the character of Claw was.
Oh,
He's
I
gonna-
actually didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, he's the Black Panther villain.
Crap.
He has
so it's
a-
just comic book irony. He's
Yeah.
named Claw and he gets a claw.
Well, it's not really like a claw. It's a vibranium thing he shoots seismic waves with.
Did he cauterize the room?
The room?
The wound? Yeah.
No, he didn't cauterize the room at all.
I was just making sure because there was not a lot of blood. See another shot of him walking
No,
around.
it would have been great if he pulled out a laser sword and did it, but no, he just used his hand, cut it off somehow.
Yeah, don't worry, he's not bleeding to death for some reason though.
He's all right. He runs off. Avengers show up. Well, Cap, Stark, and Thor. Like, you need to stand down facing Ultron and Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. Give me $20.
Junior, you're making Daddy so upset.
Oh, Stark said that?
Yeah. What are you planning to do with that vibranium? Oh, I'm glad you asked because I was about to tell you my whole plan. Get the F out of here.
Yeah. He starts shooting us with his Palpatine electricity and then They start fighting. Thor and everybody start fighting.
We skipped a scene where the twins bonded with Ultron at the factory, where he told them that we're gonna tear them apart from the inside.
You're gonna do it, my love. And he caresses Scarlet Witch's face. Give me $20.
He makes the Loki, why the F are you telling me this face?
Yo, oh my God, yeah. So I got that boy from what you did. He was like, tell me your story. And so they start talking about how they was eating dinner with their family and a Stark missile came in and that didn't explode yet. But they were waiting on it
for 2 days.
Yeah, they were under the rubble with it, afraid it was going to blow up at any second. And then he was just looking at him like, why you telling me this? Why you telling me this? The most boringest story I've ever heard in my life. I got that. I saw that face more than the Loki one from the first movie, like you saw.
The Loki one is there, though. You laugh at the Loki one.
I like this one better, though. He had like a look. That was his head like tilted some more.
They cut back to him, but he's got nothing to say. He's got no reaction.
Anyways, action, they're fighting each other.
Black Widow and Hawkeye are also there as backup.
So they activate Ultron's plan. Scarlet Witch goes to everybody, starts playing with their minds, except for Tony, because he's fighting Ultron, and she already touched his mind already.
Tony takes it outside with Ultron, while the other robots are starting to take away the vibranium.
Clawsmen start shooting at everybody.
Thor throws his hammer. Quicksilver sees it in midair. Is like, ooh, and he grabs it and then zoink!
Pull back. Everybody's having their visions.
Brought on by Scarlet Witch, these horrific visions.
The Thor sees some kind of party in Asgard. Heimdall, Idris Elba, what's his name? Heimdall's like, you gonna kill us all. He starts choking Thor. I did not understand his vision. Choking Thor, and then Thor's body starts electricity pulsing like everywhere.
Blowing up party guests. Cap's horrible dream is that he's at a ballroom in the 1940s after they defeated Hydra.
What's her name walks up?
Haley Atwell. Agent Carter.
Agent Carter. Like, it's time for that dance, Cap. Meanwhile, he looks at see wounds on the soldiers that are still laughing, blood on their chest, heads are sliced open. They didn't go that far because it's a Disney movie. She knew what they wanted to do, but had really no effect.
Scarlett Johansson is at a ballet recital.
The assassins trained him, making him do ballet, and then they had to shoot at a test dummy.
And then they had to shoot a real person. Ooh.
And that was all of them, huh? Yeah, okay.
Scarlet Witch gets right up behind Hawkeye, and then Hawkeye's like, not today. Turns around,
Hawkeye. Get ready to get Hawkeye. Again, for plot reasons, he didn't stab her with an arrow. He used a special arrowhead and electrocuted her brain. He's like, after that, shocked the shit out of her. He's like, I had that mind shit before, not doing it again.
That was nice. I thought that was funny.
It was very enjoyable. Nice throwback touch. Quicksilver gets her out of there. Starks fighting Ultron. Ultron's like, well, blah, 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 blah.
While you've been fighting me, we've taken the vibranium out. Ha ha ha.
He's like, whatever. Boom, and he blew him up. Scarlet Witch gets out. Was more right. Looks, and Bruce was on like the Quinjet.
Hey guys, was that a code green?
Yeah. He's like, no, what do you need? What do you need? You need a clip?
Hey, I'm in the jet, guys. The jet's over here.
Anybody heard? Anybody? Does anybody need anything? Going for milkshakes later? Anybody need anything? Scarlet Witch sees him. Mark Ruffalo. So we didn't get to see her touch his brain. He just was jumping around in the movie.
This was implied.
Hulk's destroying everything.
Iron Man's like, I need backup, guys.
Hawkeye says, everybody's down right now.
Except for me.
Yeah. All right, call it Veronica. Gets launched from a satellite. Apparently, it could just hover. It's just a box of things. Well, first, it sends out a cage to boxing. Hulk, he goes underground and gets out of it. He didn't plan ahead for that one.
I like how all the cops, even though they know the Hulk is in that cage, they are approaching the cage with guns drawn.
You'll make sure he'll get out, Andrew.
These guys don't know.
Upholding the law.
They should be evacuating the citizens instead of trying to take on the Hulk, man. That's scary stuff.
See, I think Wakanda is supposed to be secret in the comics, so maybe they don't know about the Hulk just yet. We'll go with everybody knew about it since Bruce Banner looked it up online so quickly. Hulk breaks out. Veronica also released armor pieces, and then you see Iron Man in his Hulkbuster armor. Oh, God.
That was a little disappointing.
What?
They just cut to him already. He just doesn't have the helmet on. He's just already in it. You don't get
They have to build up to it?
Yeah, I would have liked to build up with the Iron Man theme, like dun 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 dun. Like you start at the legs
That
and it's
theme
all
doesn't
attaching.
exist anymore, Andrew, remember?
I don't like that theme doesn't exist because that's an amazing theme. You could have
Yeah.
used right there.
Apparently, that composer in the first Iron Man made somebody angry.
Oh man, I just imagine the Hulkbuster slowly forming around the regular Iron Man outfit as he's tucking in. It's like dun 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 dun.
I guess they figured you've seen Iron Man form so many suits on his body already, so you don't need this one.
But this is a suit on top of a suit. It's Suitception.
Suitception. So anyways, they start battling.
Everyone stand down. Goes from his normal view, backs up into his Hulkbuster view.
Trying to talk the Hulk down. The Hulk was still under mind control. It's like, nah. They start fighting, breaks off Iron Man's arm. Veronica, this little floating thing in the sky, releases another arm piece for her. And then he just starts punching him like it gives like a, it's like boom, 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 it's like a hydraulic punch.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep,
Yeah,
go to sleep.
go to sleep, please, please, please.
Punches into the arm, does like a Chinese finger trap to the Hulk.
Yeah,
He locks it in.
He locks it in his arm. He starts dragging him away, flying him away.
No, not that way, not that way.
Hulk pulls him down. People fall over. Elevator falls. Iron Man grabs the elevator cable. Everybody out! Go, go, go! Saves these people. And then what does Iron Man do?
Swings the elevator around and slams it
right.
on top of his head.
It's like elevator going down.
Talk about splitting headache.
Yeah. Nobody said that line for him. The Hulk looks up at him. He spits out his tooth. He was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait, just talk this out. Hulk starts pounding.
Flying up the building.
Yeah. Tony scans the building that doesn't have anybody in it. One
Under construction.
Yeah. Grabs the Hulk.
I think it's a good idea to just slam him through the center of this.
Slams him down. They both crash. What happened next?
Hulk is in a daze, seeing 9/11 imagery and people in a dust cloud running away from a collapsed building. In your Avengers movie. Yeah, what did happen?
I think it wore off, and then
He did the Hulk punch to Thor from the first movie.
yeah, it wore off, and Iron Man punched Hulk out of, knocked him out.
Out of frame.
Get a shot of them all together. They just failed their mission. They're all depressed. Banner's on the floor, crying with a blanket over him. I'm such a monster.
Well, for some reason, no one wants to arrest Bruce Banner yet.
Well, it's Wakanda. I don't know. I don't know how they.
Yeah, Hulk was definitely killing people. He threw a car at a couple people, and those guys definitely didn't make it.
He knocked him over. Yeah, he felt the guilt of people dying. Which some other hero didn't do. We'll get to that later. So, yeah, help me out here, Andrew. I can't remember what was next. They failed. Oh, excuse me. Everybody's just mad at the Avengers now because they let Hulk run around. They're like, we got to get to a safe place.
Need to let it
Jeremy
go
Renner's-
for them.
Yeah, Jeremy Renner's like, we're going to a safe house.
They stop at one. Oh, it's occupied by Casey and April, so they have to go to a different one.
Yeah, they stop at a farm. Case and April on a swing outside. They're like, I'm sorry, wrong farm. They get back in the jet, fly to another one. What do we do over here?
Safe
Like,
house.
Yeah, safe house. Honey, I'm home. A lady, pregnant
Velma
lady
comes out.
Yeah, pregnant lady turns around.
Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Oh my God.
Jinkies, Barton. Welcome home. Kids, daddy's home.
What, that really was Velma?
The live-action version of Velma.
You sure?
Oh, you gotta look it up.
I'm
This
gonna
guy's
look it
gonna
up,
look it
'cause I
up.
don't believe
This guy's
you.
gonna look it up.
I don't believe Andrew right now.
This live-action Velma is Hawkeye's wife.
I don't believe him. What was her name in the movie?
Well, you know who else didn't believe it? Tony Stark. He's like, she's got to be an agent or something. This is a trick. Kids come running downstairs. Very tiny agents.
You talk about the 2002 Scooby-Doo movie. This is the Velma.
And Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed.
I don't believe you. Andrew's not lying. It is Velma.
Fury gave me this place after I started. Kept it off S.H.I.E.L.D. files. Good man, Fury.
So him and his wife, he's got kids and pregnant. So we got a little Hulk backstory there.
Anti-Widow!
They said Anti-Widow. Start running up to her. She goes up to his wife, who's like, how's little Nastasha? Playing with her belly. Pregnant women hate that.
It's a boy.
Traitor.
You're my sworn enemy now.
Yeah, just gonna have to fight her in the next movie. Thor's all like, I gotta go away from this place. My dream, I don't know what it meant. So Thor flies away.
Cap's like, hey, Thor's gone.
Okay.
Okay, do you want to chill at the farm? I see how it is. Us humans, it's too good for the farm life. This prince over here.
Bruce is taking a shower, still depressed, giving himself a shave. Stasha's outside with a robe on. It's like, I used up all the hot water. I should have joined you.
Where is this coming from?
That's in the movie.
No,
Yeah.
not what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
Where's this coming from in the movie? Like, she just randomly says, man, I wish I could have joined you in the shower. I mean, what the fruit?
Apparently they have something, sir. We don't know.
I mean, at the beginning of the movie...
Hawkeye didn't know. His wife had to say it to him. She's like, oh, Nastasha and Bruce. She's like, what? What are you talking about? She's like, I'll explain it to you when you're older.
And Hawkeye's like, one last ride or whatever.
Yeah, she's talking to him. I like their scene. I like that scene with Hawkeye and his wife together.
Well,
'Cause
yeah,
she
I
was
like Hawkeye.
She was like, oh, they're all just messed up. She's like, yeah, well, they're my messed up team. You worried about me being a mortal man amongst them, but I can handle myself. I'm going to help him.
Yeah, they need you. He can help you. He was meant to help you.
So they... Oh, man. Yeah, but Bruce and Black Widow scene, I didn't really like that.
I was okay with the relationship at the beginning of the movie because it was a little more flirty and
playful,
subtle.
but then all of a sudden this was like came on all of a sudden, huh?
Yeah, like she was going to rape Bruce Banner.
She can't
Like,
do that.
Let's get into the
She'll
shower.
die.
That's what he says too. It's
You'll
like,
die.
It's physically impossible for me to penetrate you, woman.
Got to slow his heart rate.
I can't have kids. Neither can I.
Yeah, then she gives us more of her backstory about how they sterilized her.
That was a dream sequence. Having horrific flashbacks whenever they stretchered her into her Black Widow ceremony at the Russian facility. They cut out your ovaries. Makes you a more efficient killer.
How does that make you more efficient? What the hell? That makes no damn sense.
You don't get distracted by sex if they cut out your ovaries.
I'm sure she has some sort of sex drive. She uses her sexuality when she's in the field.
So I guess it was just, you can't have a baby. You can sleep with however many people you want to assassinate people without protection, and you don't have to worry about 9 months later. This is a nice Disney family film, everybody.
Yeah.
Cutting people's ovaries out.
Yeah, they put that in the Disney movie.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
They didn't want to show blood coming out, but they had this conversation about ovaries and shit.
Looks like you're not the only monster on the team. Let's run away together. Yeah, it goes even further than the shower bit. Let's run away together and never look back.
What are y'all, teenagers? That whole scene was like, how old are y'all? Really? Seriously, who wrote this? Did Josh Whedon write this scene?
Hulk thinks he doesn't belong anywhere after what he did to all the people. He just needs to go off and by himself. And Black Widow's like, I want to go with you because I'm a monster.
Yeah, but the dialogue, they were teenagers. Talk like adults.
Anyway.
Cap and Tony are outside chopping wood together. They getting mad at each other. Tony's all like, where'd the Thor go? He's like, I don't know. My teammates don't tell me nothing.
Cap just rips a log in half with his bare hands. You got a real attitude problem, Tony Stark.
He's like, you didn't tell us you was making Ultron. I was trying to do something nice. Isn't it at the end game to not have the team anymore? So we go home. Like, whatever. Breaks the log again.
Every single person I've ever known who tried to stop a war before it started ended up getting people killed. A lot of people killed.
Yeah. So anyways, Velma comes out. Hey, Barton wants you to look at our tractor. It's not working. So he goes in there and he starts caressing the tractor.
Before he leaves, they got this wide shot of Tony has a little pile and Captain America's got a mountain.
Pile. It's like, don't take from my pile. That was some good comedy. So he goes in there. He's like, oh dear. He starts caressing the tractor, rubbing on its tire. He's like, oh, talk to me now. Talk to me. Tell me what's wrong, baby.
Fury comes out like,
Fury's like, it's like, oh, hey.
I wasn't doing anything. Like that grandpa.
He's like, I was just cleaning it.
Artificial intelligence, Tony.
What was you thinking? Try to create a suit armor around the world.
You didn't see what I saw. I had a vision.
Everybody was dead. He just opened up to Nick Fury. I guess Nick Fury is like the grandfather of the group. Just opened up to him.
Well, at one point, Nick Fury even said, man, I'm nothing anymore. I'm just an old man here talking to you for some reason.
You're not that old. Like, yeah, I saw everybody dead. Fury was like, yeah, what's the worst part? You was the only one left, right? So that's what Tony was.
How did you know?
Yeah, Tony was just upset because he didn't want to be alone. Felt like he'd die alone, whatever his little depressing story was for this movie.
What about Pepper?
They should have had her body in there somewhere.
Now
too.
that is more dramatic right there.
Gwyneth Paltrow was a contractor for this movie, so
she's not going to become like the Iron Heart thingy or whatever she's supposed to be
Think
for Infinity War.
Her armor is called Rescue. I don't know. It could happen. Anyways, they cut to all them having a dinner scene.
This is a nice little like Steven Spielberg type scene. They're just
it was the lighting of it was great.
I really like the lighting.
They were playing darts and they're setting the table. Nick Fury's cooking in the stove. Everybody's having a good time. They're like a real family.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So
good job, Joss Whedon.
That was a nice scene.
I do like this farm section of the movie. I'm sure a lot of people probably won't, but
I do too, except for Black Widow and Hulk scene together.
Yeah, what the fruit's going on?
Cut that shit. Yeah, mostly everything else was pretty nice. Oh, before that, because Thor is back in that scene. Forgot to tell y'all. Oh, God. So this is where a lot of complaints about the movie come in.
From critics.
So Thor goes off. First off, they shouldn't have had a complaint about this part. We see our boy, Dr. Selleck.
Hey!
Dr. Selleck's back in the building, everybody. He goes get Dr. Selleck. He's wearing like a hood or some shit because I guess he don't want nobody to see him.
This is Thor.
You're Thor. Who's going to get you, really? What officer is going to walk up and arrest you?
Is that a hammer in your crotch, or are you just happy to see him? Where
doing?
was the hammer?
He left on the side of the road.
Okay.
He can call it whenever he wants, remember?
That is true. That was a nice bit earlier in the movie where he called it to him and then he realized somebody was behind him and he just let it go behind him and smack him.
Boom. Oh, there it is. Like that. So I need your help. He's like, all right, whatever you need, though.
Heard about this great spa downtown.
Yeah. So we got this random thing. I don't know if this is in the comics or what. He was like, so this is where it is. Why didn't he need Dr. Selvig to... I feel like this is supposed to be...
There was more to this subplot because he had some sort of special box that probably had a map or something to where this was. I feel like he had to go somewhere and get this box to find out where this pool was. And there's no clarity. I'm guessing this is on Earth? Or did he have Heimdall teleport them somewhere else?
This could have been in Asgard. I don't know. I think it was still on Earth because...
Because they don't establish he left Earth.
Yeah.
But why is this on Earth?
So he gets in the pool and...
If it accepts me, they'll let me finish my vision.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the name of the pool was.
It's like the pool of insight or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he says that line about it'll let me finish my vision. I don't remember him finishing the vision. We just saw the same shit. Or did it show more of him electrocuting everybody?
Yeah, it was just more. He doesn't get any new piece of information, it seems.
I think he has quick flashes. I think he sees the vision in the vision.
Yeah, he sees all the Infinity Gems coming together.
Oh.
The grand vision of all the Infinity Gems coming together. The destruction they might bring upon the Earth. He's foreshadowing Infinity War in this vision.
All right.
So that was the whole point, was to set up the next Avengers 2-parter movie.
But we got other movies for you to set that shit up with.
I don't know. There's not going to be that much time in Civil War.
Nah,
all the
probably
other
not.
stuff going on. They want to set it up on this one in case people decide just to skip Civil War and just go see
You
the
better
next
not
Avengers movie.
skip Civil War. Did you not watch Winter Soldier? Cap's got the best movie so far. Cap's my favorite of the Avengers, just because.
No, I agree with you that he's the most fun.
He's the most fun, and he's
the coolest.
He's the leader. He is the coolest.
He is the coolest by not being cool. He's also the coolest somehow.
Yeah, they make fun of him. Oh, they make fun of him throughout the movie about
being a Boy Scout. Oh,
yeah, being a Boy Scout when he said language in the beginning. And it is very funny throughout the whole movie. But Cap is really cool. So
yeah, Maria Hill brought it up at the party.
Yeah, somebody else brought it up at the forum.
Someone said
Nick Fury,
bastard.
Yeah, Nick Fury said these bastards. Be careful, Cap will get you or something like that. That's why I think I like.
Guys, you're never gonna live this down. I hate
That's why I
you
like
guys.
Cap. They keep picking on him a lot, but he's still the coolest person. Sorry, everybody, we just fanned out over Captain America.
I get excited whenever they play his theme in the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, thank goodness they're using his theme.
He's about to go.
He's got the most memorable theme.
He's about to go at it.
Like, that was one of the most exciting parts of the movie where you just hear dun, 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 dun.
Cap is
It's like, whoa.
Cap is about to take him down.
Yeah.
So
you got the Avengers theme and you got the Cap theme. That's about it. And then randomly you got that Shield theme. Whenever Hawkeye later in the movie, they play that dun-dun 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 dun-dun. Wow, wow, now, wow, now, wow. Wow, now, wow, now, wow, now.
all right, we gotta get back to the podcast.
This is part of it.
This
is important theme song continuity. Unlike Iron Man, dun 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 dun. Or even the Iron Man 3 one. I can't remember what the Iron Man 3 one was off the top of my head, but they gave him a new theme in that one, which is good.
Oh, anyways, Ultron goes to the Asian doctor. She's back at Seoul, Asia.
Forgot to mention that he cornered her at the party and decided not to kill her.
He gets her and uses the staff, mind controls her, and makes her build a bio body combined with adamantium.
Vibranium.
Oh.
Ooh, careful.
Ooh,
Careful.
Ooh, don't shoot me, everybody. I'm
Careful.
sorry. Please don't kill me.
That was close, man.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't hurt me.
I think Fox is gonna sue somebody.
Start mixing together and he's building his body.
Humans, they have no idea what they possess. This amazing metal with all these properties. They build a frisbee out of.
Yeah, Ultron's cracking jokes.
Waka
so anyways,
waka.
Nick Fury. So what's Ultron after? He's going after nuke codes, and they're like, yeah, he is, but they keep changing, and we don't know why they're changing. Somebody's changing them. Enemy of our enemy is our friend, I guess. We gotta go log into the Nexus and see who's doing this too. Tony goes to the Nexus, which I guess is the central hub of the internet.
All the internet flows through there, Raymond. The internet is not a connection between computer to computer. Apparently now there's a central hub to the internet.
Ooh. Anyway, so Tony's in there, and he's
so there's a bunch of teenagers manning this Nexus facility, and they just let Tony Stark walk into the middle of it.
Tony's looking through and he's like, I'm gonna find you. And then a boo-boo. Cap, Hawkeye, and Black Widow go to... So where did Thor go? He was back already. What was he doing? Did he show up at the end?
Thor wasn't back yet. He didn't show up until later.
Okay.
Spoilers.
They go to the doctor's facility. Ultron's...
Squash Loki's staff. Took the mind gem out of it. This yellow gem. And put it in as like the cherry on top to...
This new body.
And Scarlet Witch is like,
He's plugging himself in, get ready to download himself into it.
It's like it's dreaming, and she reads its mind, and she sees...
The meteor
thing.
Crashing to Earth. She's like, you didn't say you was going to destroy it. Why you said you was going to save it? And she was like, well, humans got to die. Sorry, bitch.
I don't like you anymore.
So she uses her powers and takes the mind control off the doctor.
Doctor's like, hey, wait a minute. And then he just kills...
She broke something or what?
She stopped the upload or something.
Yeah. And then he just shot her. Oh, doctor saved everybody.
I'm sorry, that is the old me.
Yeah.
He's apologizing when he does violent things.
Quicksilver and Scarlet, would you get out of there? She's like, we gotta move.
Time to go mobile.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So Ultron says,
how much longer? They cut the fiber.
How much longer does the program need? Time to go mobile. So they get in the truck. They move the body into a truck. It's in a container.
Trio track him down.
Cap's at the facility. He's on the interstate. Hawkeye sees that truck right there. It's from the hospital. It's like, all right, Jump on it. Cap America just jumps down and grabs onto it.
Ultron's like, why can't you people just leave me alone?
Yeah, he's like so upset. Not again. Oh, he complains a lot in this movie. He unplugs himself. And he
Ultron
goes
is a
out
whiner.
there.
He's a whiner.
Yeah.
He's a young little whiner.
He starts fighting Cap. Cap's exchanging blows with this guy.
Cap, you're no match for him. Thanks, Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. But you gotta distract him. Keep him occupied. What do you think I'm doing, man?
Ultron knocks around some, so he grabs on to like different other trucks and he swings himself back onto the truck.
Dun, 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 dun,
Cap's
dun,
doing all
dun,
kinds of stuff.
dun, dun, dun.
And at one point, Ultron's just talking shit, and Cap's like, "Come on!" and starts hitting him again. And Ultron, apparently he's an earthbender. He starts picking up pieces of the ground and throwing it.
The only thing I can think of is maybe those cars had the automatic parking on them or something.
What you mean?
The technology that lets you remotely control, like OnStar, lets people take over your car using Wi-Fi and stuff like that and control your car's movement.
Well, he was controlling the cars too.
I just assumed that's what happened. I don't know, but
No, he
the
was
ground
picking
did come up.
He was picking up the earth. I was
Yeah.
thinking he was using magnetism and was picking up the sewer part around it, the manhole cover, but it was pulling up all of that earth. That's what I was assuming too.
Well, he should have just pulled a Darth Vader and started throwing random metal stuff at.
See, Ultron has
A
his
disability.
Powers, yeah, his powers in the comics are he could just say, "I'm shutting down your whatever" and do stuff like this, or he's altering some kind of field around the person or something. And I remember Josh Whedon said in an interview, "Well, his powers are going to be grounded this time around," but they never fully explained how he's able to do certain things, like pick up things with his mind and throw it. I guess he's just telekinetic and he can shoot ray electricity. Okay, so anyways, they're fighting.
He dropped a shield at one point,
Yeah,
and
Black
then
Widow grabs it.
it's showtime. Black Widow goes off in her souped-up motorcycle.
The Black Cycle.
Yeah, I'm always picking up after you boys. Gives it back to him. Does a fancy move under the truck beforehand to get to it. Throws it up. Joss Whedon watched The Matrix Reloaded recently.
Ooh. Something happened where Cap got knocked off the truck, landed on the ground. Ultron shot, lasers at him. A car exploded behind him. He got propelled from that car, used his shield not to get hit, jumped onto another car that was being propelled by that car, and then pushed himself back onto the truck.
That's where you got his theme. Dun, da, 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 da.
You can't get a review that easy.
Cap and Ultron fighting. Robots start making the compartment fly. Black Widow get in compartment, go for vision casket. I need to get this into the Hawkeye jet. Hawkeye's like, you gotta get it in somehow. That's what she said.
Oh, the robot. You said the robots picked up the container?
Yeah.
Propulsion in their mouths and shit, and they pick it up and drive it away. Hawkeye gets up behind it. Come on, Nastasha, get it in there. And she pushes it. She pushes it out. There's a free fall with the casket, and it slides into the
Twin jet.
But then one of Ultron's robots grabs her leg, pulls her out, and goes away.
Anybody seen Natasha?
Where's Nat? Where's Nat?
Oh, the reason why we don't know where Cap is because they took the fight onto that train.
Yeah, the twins realize, okay, we should help the Avengers. Cap and Ultron were fighting on a train. Quicksilver comes and
You want
helps
to get
Cap.
to Cap, you gotta go through me.
And me. Everybody stands up.
I thought Cap was gonna do that whenever the train was heading towards the thing. I was like, are we gonna get a Spider-Man 2 ripoff here?
Oh,
Cap's gonna
yeah.
stop a train?
Ultron shoots the driver, and the train starts moving faster than he flees.
You have a train to catch.
Oh, you should have said that line.
It's like, Scarlet, can you stop this train? Quicksilver, we gotta save the people.
There's civilians in the way. Quicksilver's running out, getting people out the way of the train. Can you stop this train? And she uses her powers and
Her red CGI powers.
yeah, to start stopping the train. And
Meanwhile,
finally breaks.
Cap is using his shield to try to keep the debris out of the front of the thing. as
Yeah,
it's
protect
plowing
everybody in
through.
the front car. He blocks everything, and they save everybody.
Yay! Have a little argument afterwards.
But then they agree to be together.
Yeah, they take the casket to Avengers Tower. I guess Captain America and the twins have to find another way home. The twins convince him that we cannot work with Stark. He cannot be trusted. It's like, Stark's not the enemy here.
And Scarlet said, I saw into his mind. He's going to build something else.
Ultron doesn't think he's the enemy either. And guess who he takes after? Tony Stark is a man of good intention, but he doesn't know when he's doing good and when he's doing bad.
He convinces Bruce again, we need to do this upload. He's like, what are you talking about? He didn't kill him. Jarvis, hello, Dr. Banner. Jarvis escaped through the internet, and he's the one who's been changing all the nuke codes. That he wants to put Jarvis into the new body. They try to start uploading. What's happening? You start laughing?
Jarvis is accessing all the nuke codes in the world. That stinks if you can actually access nuke codes through the internet. That's bad.
Well, he had to escape, and he had to go.
No, I mean that nuke codes would be connected to the internet.
Well, it's connected to something, because...
You think it would be some sort of special analog cable to the facility
Well,
or
I
something?
assume that some other computer's connected to the internet, and then that computer's connected to the real nuke code. So there's some walls to get by, but Jarvis is Jarvis. He can do whatever he wants.
Maybe the nuke codes should be paper.
But Jarvis was good, and he was changing them so Ultron couldn't get to him.
Doesn't the U.S. automatically change their nuke codes every so often anyway?
Look, I don't know how that stuff get done.
So Bruce Banner, Tony Stark in the lab again. Tony Stark's like, hey, let's build another one. Wait a minute.
You want to do what? This is different. It's Jarvis.
I am in some sort of parallel dimension. I'm in a time lapse. What are you?
Bruce is like, why are you doing this to me right now?
I have a second chance right now.
You're ruining it.
We're mad scientists already.
Yeah.
Let's just go full mad.
Let's just do it. Let's just get crazy with it. Wow. He's like, fine.
Sounds great.
He starts uploading Jarvis. Cat walks in with the twins. He's like, turn it down, Stark. He's like, no. Quicksilver unplugs everything.
You didn't see that coming?
A bullet flies up in slow motion. It was Hawkeye. He's like, you didn't see that coming?
Shatters the floor beneath Quicksilver, so he falls down to the robot building facility below, so he's out of the equation for the rest of this conversation.
Scarlet Witch knocks everybody back. Thor flies in. No, wait, Thor. And he just electrocutes it. Just electrocutes the coffin.
Like, I gotta kill this thing immediately. Doesn't even talk to anybody. Doesn't speak to anybody. Doesn't acknowledge that they're in the room. He just gets to the casket.
That wasn't his goal, was to kill it. His goal was to bring it to life. That's why Vision was like, thank you. No problem. I knew because of my vision that we needed you.
Oh, I thought he was just gonna try to destroy the gym because his vision showed that all the gyms would combine and do some horrible thing. So I thought he was just going in there trying to electrocute that gym that was on the body.
No, you can't destroy an Avengers gym like that.
Well, he wouldn't know.
Somehow he knew Stark was creating this thing and that, oh, we need this thing.
Yeah.
So he electrocuted it because it said thing. It knew that Thor wasn't trying to kill it.
Thor, do you got the script over there? Is that the script in your hand?
Yeah, Thor, you got that plot? Okay. Out pops
Paul
Jarvis.
Bettany.
Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany Jarvis, aka Vision. He just rushes Thor. Thor throws him and then he just like stops and looks at his reflection in the window. And
Maybe
he's
he only
amazed
thought
by
he
it.
was rushing Thor. Maybe he was going to the window and Thor just assumed it was hostile.
Yeah. I think he was just shocked. He was like being born again or something like that.
Enjoys the view. First thing he needs to do now that he's born is to make himself a cape.
Yeah, he modeled after Thor. He told Thor, thank you. He's telling him, I don't want to destroy Ultron, but Ultron needs to be defeated because he wants to destroy life. They asked him, are you on our side? He's like, I'm on the side of life.
Vision, pro-life.
Yeah, Vision's pro-life. Everybody's nervous about this thing and everything, but we all need to get through. Let's rock it. And he just hands Thor his hammer. And everybody was like, whoa! Thor was like, takes it from him. Everybody's just in shock. Bruce is in the middle. He's like, did you see that? And so he walks away. And you go. Ultron builds himself another body, locks Natasha in a cage.
Kidnapped her for some reason.
He wanted her to see it, Andrew.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what he says to her. She refigures the radio and
without
sends
Vision,
out
everybody's going to think I'm a bad guy. They're not going to understand what I'm trying to do. Why do you need them to understand if you're going to kill them all? I don't know.
She radio and they was able to send out Morse code. They found out where she is.
It
Everybody
all
suits
happened
up.
so fast.
What?
Her building a radio and sending out Morse code to Hawkeye. It happened in 20 seconds. You would have missed. I really did miss the radio part of it. I saw her doing a little tap. I was like, wait, Morse code? What's that? Oh, now we're Hawkeye? Oh, she must have done something.
She built the radio. The rest of them suiting up and Tony uploading his Friday program.
His Girl Friday.
Hawkeye found that he had a smile on his face. Let's go, T. And they start going. They go back to
some of us might not make it back.
I got no plans to die today. Something like that.
Yeah, funny
lines
banter.
and whatnot.
Let's get to the climax, everybody.
They take off. They go. Gotta protect the people. Ultron's gonna try to choose the people, whatever.
I think they're being stealth. They send Thor into Ultron's facility to try to figure out what his plan is, while everybody else is trying to secretly sneak out everybody in the city before the big battle happens. They're trying to get as many people out of the city evacuated before they start a fight as soon as possible. Quicksilver warns everybody, hey, there's a big climax about to happen. Get out of here.
Yeah, he goes there. He's like, everybody, evacuate the city. He zooms out. Cops are just like, oh, whatever. He zooms back in with an AK. Let's move. And throws it at one of the cops and runs out.
They evacuate the majority of the people.
Ultron telling Thor about this?
Stark confronts him, saying some witty stuff, trying to distract him. It's like, you're not the only one stalling, Stark. I expected you to do this. I actually needed more time to construct my floating island.
So his thing is to create all these propulsions, pick up this city, take a huge chunk out of the earth, picking up this city, so he can drop it like a meteor, cause devastation, you know, like a
Extinction level event.
Extinction level event. But depending on how he drops it, he can still kill millions of people. They're rising up in the sky. Everybody's trying to get the people out. This is what made me like the movie a lot. They were saving people.
The majority of the climax was them saving people.
I'm not mad at that. People are falling off buildings. Thor goes to save a lady. He throws her up at Captain America.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's dead. Lady's fallen in her car, and instead of just flying her up there because he's Thor, because there's another guy,
yeah, so
he just tosses her by her leg. Her leg is broken. Good thing Cap caught her.
Cap grabs her.
It's
Natasha,
like,
they're all
droid
fighting.
Droid showed up behind
droids.
Captain. It's like, you can't save them all. Shut up.
Yeah.
Didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Throws him off the leg.
Gives him a little speech. He's like, everybody, if you get hurt, dust it off. If they kill you, walk it off or something like that.
Oh, another thing they said before the whole climax started was that this climax is not only about stopping Ultron, it's about proving that we're better than him. save as many people as you can.
There you go.
It's about proving that we're better than Man of Steel.
Yeah.
That's basically what that speech was about.
This is how you make a superhero movie right here. Yeah, it was Joss Whedon being self-aware.
Doing that on purpose. It was a
which
direct
I'm not
call
mad
out.
at.
It's a direct call out.
It is a call out. This is an entire city, just like you had at the end of your movie. Watch us save all these people. The thing was going up, and then they told Cap, hey, you guys need to get out of there. Cap was like, nope, we're saving everybody.
We can either blow up the island, thousands of people on the island will die, or let it fall down and millions will die.
Like, we're not leaving these people.
We're gonna have to blow up the island. Well, I guess it's the worst place. Beautiful view.
Start moving people to the Stark tells like 3 people, get in this bathtub and flies them out. And somebody says, you're gonna need more bathtubs. What happens to Scarlet Witch to where she has to be sheltered and Hawkeye has to give her the speech?
Because she started panicking at one point, so he moved her into a building to calm her down.
Did she get shot?
There was too much stuff going on. I don't think she got shot. She was getting
He's
shot
all
at.
Like, come on, go step out the door. You're gonna be an Avenger, fighting robots. Say it, you know, you gotta say it, Andrew, because I can't remember.
It's like, look, I know you're freaking out right now. Listen to me. We're on a flying island. We're on a flying island being attacked by killer robots, and I'm using a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense.
Everybody got a good laugh out of that.
None of this makes sense. But you know what? My team needs me. I'm going to go out that door, and I'm going to fight. You can stay here, and we can come and get you. We can get your brother to come back and get you once it's all over. But if you step out that door, you're an Avenger.
Yeah. So anyways, we messed up a part because after Cap and Black Widow have that little banter, so how are we gonna do this? And then hear Nick Fury come on the radio, and then he comes up with a helicarrier. Something I had in cold storage, y'all.
You had a helicarrier somewhere?
Yeah, he had a helicarrier just somewhere. It's got lifeboats on it, flying lifeboats.
Put his leather uniform on?
Yeah, he's suited up. He's suited up. They're rescuing people off the island, fighting robots, Hulk's going crazy. Oh, we forgot to mention Black Widow was in a cage before she got out. Bruce goes in and shoots the thing. He's like, come on, we can just run away. I can't go out there. I can't Hulk out right now. She's like, it's okay. And then they just kiss. And
I adore you.
And they kiss. And she was like,
but I don't have to save you.
Yeah, she pushes him down the hole. She was like, but I need the other guy right now. And Hulk pops back up. He's like, ugh. And then it cuts to them. She's on his back, bouncing.
Gives him a piggyback, right?
Yeah. Oh, God. That was tough. So Hulk smashed robots. Everybody smashed robots. It was Vision who distracted Ultron at one point.
Yeah, he grabs his head, uploads some sort of virus that cuts him off from moving to any other bodies besides the ones he's already in with his magical yellow powers.
I like them yellow powers. They all meet up in the center of the church after they get most of the people off. And they have a nice shot of them fighting.
Well, it turns into a protect the beacon type mode. The thing in the church is...
Oh, yeah, he can't remote do it now. He has to do it manually. Push it down so the island can drop and cause the...
Any one of those drones gets past any of them at one point. It hits that button. Game over.
Yeah, so it's pretty much a horde mode now. And they're fighting them off, and you just get a cool shot of everybody. Cap's twisting himself in the air while Vision's flying by him and everything.
Why didn't the Avengers theme play though
during
the shot?
That would have been great.
Yeah, while they're circling around them. Dun, 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 dun. That's your hero shot, and they didn't play it. Everybody's holding the line. Hold this line.
Nobody said that line either.
And you had the stuff from the trailer where he sent in the whole army after Thor made a comment.
At one point, we missed some point wherever Ultron was fighting Thor. Vision uses his hammer and knocks Ultron out the way he distracted him.
He just started saying some pompous stuff. I am Thor, son of a... Blah, blah, blah. I'm running out of things to say. Could you just hit this guy?
It was before the horde mode.
Yeah, it definitely was.
All right, so then Ultron comes in, they start triple beaming him. Thor's electrocute the Iron Man's using his repulsors. Vision's in the middle with his Infinity Gem, and they knock him down.
And those are the ingredients that you need to destroy vibranium, apparently.
And he falls. Wait, did he ever? He used the vibranium to create the Vision. He didn't use it on himself, did he?
They made some sort of other comment about how he had vibranium for the final suit form.
No, he used that vibranium to put into the
Vision, I know.
No, into the island so it could create a better impact.
All I know is that we didn't get a boss battle.
Sad times, huh?
It's just another big bad villain who they just take out easily. Like, you're just as easy as the rest of the drones, man.
Yeah, we'll get to that in the general discussions. We're about to be over with it soon. Shit.
Well, they don't kill him necessarily then.
They
runs
knock
off.
him down.
He hijacks a Quinjet.
God, he flies off.
He's got this crazy face like, yeah, I don't care anymore, guys.
He's taking off, just acting like a stupid villain.
Some crazy old person driving a Quinjet shooting at him.
He's a live action cartoon. It's ridiculous.
Hawkeye went to go grab a kid. Everybody's like, oh no, they're going to kill Hawkeye. That's why they gave him all the backstory so that we care whenever he dies.
Yeah, that's going to happen too. And then Quicksilver runs in, pushes him out the way. There's like a you didn't see that coming. I'm dead. Boom.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Hulk grabs Black Widow, jumps to the helicarrier, then jumps back over to the Quinjet where Ultron is. Oh, Ultron starts shooting at everybody with the Quinjet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how Quicksilver dies.
I did say that. Yeah, I said he was blasting at people.
Hulk goes into Quinjet, and then all you hear is Ultron say, "For God's sakes."
Give him the wire. He just tossed. God.
And tosses him out onto a bridge, onto a train. Scarlet Witch walks up to him. Oh yeah, whenever Quicksilver died, she just like her powers activated. She disintegrated like a bunch of the robots.
She wasn't with him because they left her to guard the main thing by herself because the majority of the army was gone.
She walks up to Ultron, rips out his mechanical heart. She's like, you know what it's like to die? Like this. And that was it. Oh, somehow Ultron got into another body later on. We'll get to that later.
We didn't bring up War Machine.
Oh,
show what we got.
Yeah, whenever Nick Fury comes in, he's like, you're up. Show what we got. War Machine comes in. It's gonna make for a great story, everybody. I would like that scene better if Falcon was also with him.
Yeah, why wasn't Falcon with
Because you can only have one Black Avenger on a team at a time,
he
Andrew.
Didn't prove no.
They're probably gonna blame it on budget, but no, you can only have one Black Avenger on the team at a time, Andrew.
Well, then we have an awkward situation a bit later.
Oh, it's right. Well, other people left, so they needed two Black people on the team.
Whoa.
We get a nice shot of War Machine and Iron Man together in the sky together, fighting together. I was really enjoying that. Back to the ending. They get on a jet. Sorry, it's late. Jeez. They
don't know that. They don't know that. Play it up.
So they get the lifeboats all to the helicarrier. The helicarrier takes off. Iron Man goes to the bottom of the island, charges up his chest piece repulsor. He's like, ready, Thor? Thor's like, ready. Thor electrically shocks the top part
beacon thingy
that they were guarding, and Iron Man shoots from the bottom. Together they create a nice blast that destroys the whole island. So it goes into smaller pieces. Everybody survives.
Everybody's cool.
Then we cut to the new Avengers facility in upstate New York. I guess they tore down the X Mansion to make that. That's what it said. It said the new Avengers facility, upstate New York. Is it the X Mansion in upstate New York too?
I have no idea.
I think so, my friend. They're all like, well, I guess Vision could keep the Infinity Gem. I think it's safe with him. You know, he's Jarvis. We like him. He helped us. Oh, we skipped the part where the last Ultron suit was left. Ultron was in it somehow, even though his connection got cut off. I guess he got reconnected.
He was still connected to all the other ones.
And he talked to Vision. Vision was like, a beautiful creation, but you gotta die. They kills him.
The moral of the story is that human beings, they're not meant to last. They're gonna destroy each other. It's like, yes, they will, but the most beautiful things are the things that don't last.
I hope they don't destroy each other.
It's like, you are so naive. And he's like, shut up! Blasts him with a beam.
Yeah. Kills him. Then we cut to them upstate New York, new Avengers facility. Black Widow just standing in the hallway by herself for no reason. Oh, we forgot to mention. Here we go. Whenever Hulk threw Ultron out the Quinjet, he decided to stay in there and sat down. I guess the jet was on autopilot and he went away.
Hulk, honey, it's in stealth mode, baby. We can't find you, so just turn it off stealth mode. Hulk just shuts off the...
I'm done Skyping.
Just sits there, Indian style.
I'm ready to go.
Hulk's gone. Iron Man saying goodbye for some reason.
He's not Iron Man no more.
Yeah, I just remembered Iron Man 3 happened.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to be Iron Man, y'all.
Sorry, I read the script to Iron Man 3 after we filmed this somehow.
I can't be Iron Man. I gotta go. For some reason, him and Cap leave on good terms, even though they had that quarrel before the climax.
There's a debate about whether or not if you put Thor's hammer in an elevator, will it still rise?
Yeah, they're making jokes with each other.
Is it worthy?
Thor gets taken up in the portal to Asgard.
There's no regard for our Mexican lawn workers.
Stark leaves, and then Cap goes to Black Widow's like, you gonna stay there and look at the press? Are you coming? We got some training to do.
You gotta whoop them into shape.
So then you see
my Avengers.
So you got War Machine, Falcon, and
Scarlet Witch.
And was it Hawkeye? Oh, it was Vision?
Vision, yeah. Hawkeye went home.
He made his wife a promise that this was going to be his last thing or something.
Yeah, and you saw one brief shot of the baby. They were Skyping on Black Widow's phone.
Right. Yeah, it's like the baby was born. Oh, he just went go home to be with the baby for a while. He didn't completely quit, I don't think. Then he goes, Avengers, and it gets cut off, and the credits start rolling. D and it's not the end. So you get the mid-credit sequence here. Vault opens. You see the Infinity Gauntlet. See Thanos walk up, and he's like, fine, I'll do it myself. The end. I would have liked that better if he delivered that line a little bit better than that. I like what they were trying to go for, but I think the line delivery was not what it needed to be.
And why would he be saying, does he know what's going on with Ultron?
He can sense the power of the Infinity Gems, I guess, so he knows that they were using it on Earth. He's like, fine, I'll do it myself. General thoughts. Age of Ultron got one thing right. Just let everybody know right now. These heroes were actually saving people, which was nice for a change. I was reading certain things about it, certain reviews about it. I wasn't as disappointed as I thought I was going to be just because of the whole saving people thing. It's nice to see superheroes sacrificing themselves to do things like that. I was disappointed with freaking Man of Steel. Yeah, like we said, Josh Whedon was just self-aware and it's like, this is how you save an entire city in your movie. Let's see. What are some really, really big problems here for me? Scarlet Witch's mind manipulation. I don't know. I think I would have liked it better if she like got all of them together and put them all in like one little thing together instead of them all having their separate things.
One combined vision.
Yeah, where they're all hallucinating about themselves failing or something like that.
The way they do it right now is meant to personalize it so you get some backstory, some
we
characterization.
already know all their backstories.
Except for Scarlet, Black Widow.
We don't need to know hers.
But for some reason, sometimes it's not just a nightmare about your past. For some people, it's a vision of the future. I don't know why that happens.
Okay, who had a vision of the future?
Thor had a vision of the future and Iron Man. Or maybe his was supposed to be the past if he had failed in the original Avengers movie. So maybe his doesn't count. But Thor's is definitely a vision of the future for some reason.
Because he saw the Infinity Gauntlet?
Because he had that party vision with Heimdall talking about you're going to destroy us all.
Ugh.
So there is an inconsistency about the visions.
Any of that. Just don't involve the Infinity Gauntlet right now. That is the biggest problem with this movie is them trying to establish Thanos and they're not focusing enough on Ultron. They have to set up for phase 3. You got Civil War, you got Thor's movie, you got the other Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So you got Thor's movie and Guardians of the Galaxy movie to set up all this stuff before your Avengers movie. Oh, you got Captain Marvel too before. Oh, it's Captain Marvel between parts 1 and 2 of Infinity War. I can't remember.
I'm not certain on the scheduling.
Anyways, you got those to set up. So this is supposed to be a climax of your phase 2, focused on the villain and the heroes, not some future glimpses where Thor has to go off. I think that is a big problem with the movie, and I don't think that should have been in there. And I think Joss Whedon should have known better than to put something like that in there.
You think he had a choice, though?
Yeah, I do think he had a choice.
Well, to quit. That would have been his only choice.
No, I think he had full control over this, and that's what he put in it. He allowed that to be in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, let's get to Ultron. Ultron is not supposed to be what he was in this movie. He's supposed to be a lot deadlier, a little bit more intense. He was just making jokes. I guess they didn't want to waste James Spader as a voice actor. Some of the roles that James Spader is known for, like his most recent role in The Blacklist, where he plays this guy who's very witty with his words and stuff like that. So I guess they wanted Ultron to be like that. And just he wasn't coming off very intimidating at all.
Ultron's not a threat in this movie.
What you mean?
Ultron's not a threat in this movie. His plan is a threat. He's not a threat. He's a joke.
I mean, Cap could go one-on-one with him, and he always runs.
Yeah.
He runs from all of them.
And he
Iron
whines,
Man killed him.
and he complains whenever the heroes show up.
And yeah, whenever they beat him, he'll complain about something.
Guys, just leave me alone. Not you guys again.
It's really messed up, especially to all the hardcore Ultron fans out there. Terrible, man. Why would they do that to that character?
He had little kids who were laughing at Ultron, the villain. It was great.
Yeah.
He said something that a little kid was laughing in the back. Ah, the robot's funny, Mom. That's the villain, kid.
Maybe they didn't have a choice for that. Maybe that was a Disney choice. Make the villain not scary. Your main villain here is a big problem. I really, really wish they had done a Hulk series or another Hulk movie where you would have got him fighting the Hulkbuster armor. It's nice to look at, but it just felt like it took up space in the movie to me. Fighting Hulkbuster.
It's completely, it ran through my mind. This is not why I'm here. I want to see the Avengers fighting together. I don't want to see them fighting each other.
We already seen them fighting each other in the first movie. And they seem to fight each other more in this movie than they did in the first movie.
It's just to sell the Hulkbuster armor.
Yeah, for toys.
For toys. This is the only reason.
It really wasn't anything I wanted to see. I was very worried about how they would quickly introduce Ultron. I still think that Ant-Man should have been before this, and you could have had Ultron set up in that one, since Hank Pym creates him in the comics. And by IMDb's and other synopses that Tony is resurrecting a program that was dormant. So they could have mentioned Hank Pym or anything like that. I'm not trying to be a hardcore fanboy of the comics here, but it just... With the first Avengers, you knew who Loki was already. So you just got right into the plot of the movie. In this one, you just had to set up a villain. And then when you set up your villain, he wasn't even that good of a villain.
Well, they don't even set up the villain. He just reads some horrible stuff on the internet. I gotta destroy the world. Creates a body 2 minutes later.
They assume you've seen other movies featuring AI. You know why AI do what they do. That's what that whole thing was.
And there's no repercussions for Stark in this movie.
Yeah, he just gets away with doing whatever.
Yeah, there's no consequence. No one really confronts him about what he's done. Ultron. It's a very, very briefly, and then they just let it slide.
They confront him, but then Cap lets it slide. It's like all resolved by the end of this movie. None of the Avengers have any beef with each other at the end of this movie. Okay, everybody gonna be happy, team up, and just go your separate ways. I think that's probably a Disney thing too. No, I think that was a Josh Whedon thing because he made that comment a few months ago about Empire Strikes Back not having an ending, and he feels like this movie shouldn't end with them breaking up. Even though in interviews and the little clips they play on Disney Channel, he's talking about, the first movie was about them coming together, and the second movie is about pulling them apart. They don't get pulled apart in this movie somewhat, and then they come back together.
Hulk's on a flight somewhere. Hawkeye's with his family, and Iron Man is
but nobody's
doing nothing.
Angry at anybody like it was supposed to be. Nobody has any tension. Nobody's mad at Stark.
This is just a very false. It's just a false happy ending.
Exactly, a false happy ending. Knew it wasn't supposed to be a happy ending in a movie like this.
Oh, look, they set up an Avengers camp. Oh, they're going their separate ways, but at least they're still friends. Oh, look, they have another Avengers team that's official and sanctioned by the U.S. government.
Cap's
because you got
him.
Iron Patriot and a former military pilot over here, Falcon.
You think they're sanctioned by the military, or is just Avengers? Because it seems like they're... I think it's just them. They're just funding from Stark.
I don't know. They must be on good terms with the government if War Machine's involved, because technically War Machine is still an agent for the government.
Maybe he's playing both sides and he helps them too. I don't think so. I don't think
they would be very happy with War Machine playing both sides without some sort of
That's
intel.
probably going to come into play later on, sir.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're part of it because this is Avengers facility and everybody's at the new Avengers facility. They wouldn't because they didn't have any repercussions for what they did in Wakanda, what the Hulk did in Wakanda. So the government wouldn't fund them at all. So it's just their facility. It's just them and Stark funding.
Do they know about the facility? I mean, they must know about the facility because War Machine, the government.
He's not going to tell them about the facility.
But do you think they would have tabs on the War Machine itself? Because it's now a government
Maybe
thing.
they knows where he goes, but they're not going to go mess with him.
I mean, he painted it back silver, but I'm pretty sure they probably got a tracking or something built in now since he's supposed to be a government agent.
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe they gotta fight the government in the next movie. Maybe that's what the Civil War stands for. Instead of it being Cap versus Iron Man, it's gonna be the heroes versus the people they're trying to defend.
Well, for some reason, Iron Man, isn't he supposed to be on the side of the government? Even though in Iron Man 2, we also established that he does not want to be controlled by the government and he wants to be an independent agent.
That's a big problem with the whole Civil War storyline. I remember seeing something from the comics. Somebody was like, yeah, why is Captain work with the government forever, but for some reason he's against the government in this storyline, and Iron Man hates the government. He's working with the government in this storyline for Civil War from the comics. So,
well, this isn't freedom. This is fear.
Some people like the Civil War storyline. Other people don't because it just makes the characters in the Marvel Universe do things that they really wouldn't do. But then they try to correct that with the next storyline. Secret Invasion. We'll get to that later. Well, you won't get to that in these movies because you don't have the rights to all the characters. I don't know. Nobody had any repercussions.
It was just a slight episode of the week type movie. A 2.5 hour Saturday morning cartoon. Hey, I got to see these guys. Nothing too eventful happened, though. Hey, we got some new characters. And the status quo changed a little bit, I guess.
Ultron was pretty much a cartoon character the whole time. It should have had a more somber tone type ending.
They want people to leave the Avengers excited for another one.
You would be excited if you ended it with a cliffhanger and not just Thanos going, getting a glove, being like, I'm going to do it myself. Have them break up. We could have got Falcon and War Machine in the movie longer, and they just split into two teams, one led by Iron Man, one led by Cap. One team could have went to Wakanda, did that, another team could have been doing something else. You would have got through stuff a lot faster.
Joss Whedon said he didn't want to try to make this bigger or try to one-up the first movie. He wanted to make it a more personal story. But at the same time, this movie jumps through so many hoops just to get to that climax. The whole movie is just setting up for the climax, I guess is my problem. Instead of telling a story that makes sense where we're learning about Ultron and what his motivations are, and there's some sort of debate within the Avengers about what Tony Stark did or anything, we don't have a story going on. Everything is just there because it's meant to get us to the climax or to the next action scene. And there's no character interaction going on a lot of the time about what's going on in this story. There's so many ideas, but they can only just mention the ideas. They don't have time to really address the ideas that are happening in this movie. They're just throwing out so many things. If you wanted to make it more personal, just go ahead and make Ultron overpowered so they all have to go and face Ultron. Don't connect him to the internet so he can create infinite amount of drones just so you can have drones so that you can show off the Avengers killing stuff. You could still have the Avengers saving people in a city from Ultron and what he's doing, but they have to all team together, utilize their powers to take him down together because he's an overpowered villain, a serious threat. Make it a more personal fight between them and their ethics and their views and...
I don't know. I guess he said that line about not making it bigger or better. I just feel like he felt like he couldn't do another Avengers movie, but you can do a better Avengers movie. He just didn't try.
He tried at the beginning.
A very well done action sequence there.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I don't know, story-wise, you brought them together now. Let's see them interact as a family. We got a little bit of that with the farm scene. That was a nice part of the movie, but I don't know. Didn't like Thor leaving, go to this pool we know absolutely nothing about. Did he leave Earth? We don't know. But there's just so much other things they could have done with this story of Ultron. A great villain in the comics. They just wasted him.
What makes him a great villain in the comics?
He's just a badass. He's taken down the Avengers plenty of times before. Don't ask me this question because I can't think of any moments right now. I just know he's one of the top villains for the Avengers.
Just generally, I don't know. Any insight?
I can't give you anything right now, Andrew.
Okay.
You can just look it up later on. Taking on the Avengers and going toe-to-toe with them and coming up with plans against them like Doom and Red Skull and all them. It just was a waste of Ultron. But at least we got to see heroes saving people. My big positive on that. I don't think I've seen that since, I don't know when. I guess since the last Avengers movie. Cap saved people. And Iron Man saved people. He threw the nuke in the sky. Who else saved people? Can't think of anything. I don't know.
Get down to it, Raymond. What do you think?
I'm so tired right now. I can't think of anything.
What's your impulse? What's your impulse reaction right now?
My impulse reaction right now is, damn, I wish I would have got a better Avengers movie.
Whoa.
Yeah. I wish I had a better Avengers movie, but I don't. And I don't know if it's the fault of Whedon or the fault of who's the producer for these movies.
Kevin Feige.
It's his fault, or if it's a Disney-made decision because they want to keep stuff light-toned for kids and have toys made. I just don't know what all this is about, but it seems like this should have been a way better movie, and it should have ended on a serious tone. I wouldn't say dark because it needs to end on a serious tone, not a dark tone, a serious tone.
Do you think it needs to end on a dark tone or a serious tone?
No, a serious one.
Okay. I know it's late. I know you're weary. I know your plans, girl. Don't include me.
They talk about the Thanos thing at the end.
You didn't like his line delivery.
I didn't like the delivery of the line, no. There could have been a better seed for him. The one at the end of Avengers was better. You didn't hear Thanos talk. He just was the shadowy figure in the background throughout the movie. Little servant telling him all this stuff about you can't challenge them. And he just stands up and gives that look like challenge accepted. And this one, he just... It's like, I'll do it myself. Blah, blah, blah. Trying to think of anything else in the movie. I didn't need Natasha's backstory. I'm sorry. Cut that. For real.
I think that was the one interesting thing that I didn't know.
What?
Was her backstory.
I didn't know her backstory either, but I didn't need it.
I don't know why it made her a monster that somebody else cut her open, but...
I didn't need it. You knew she was an assassin for Russia. That's all I needed to know.
The way they had her talk to... Was the whole point of the whole entire Bruce Banner widow relationship just so we could get her to admit that she can't have kids to Bruce Banner? Was that the only way it could get out? I mean, you could have it come up through Hawkeye's family. What do you think about Hawkeye having a family, sir? Is that okay? You
That's
like
fine
that?
with me.
Yeah.
I like that. Because
There's
you know
some people
why?
complaining.
Why are they complaining?
They just think it's weird. It's random. They always imagine him as some rogue guy who doesn't have time for that kind of thing.
Nope.
This
I quite
professional
enjoy
agent
it.
always out.
I quite enjoy it because
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
You don't need his backstory because you got him in the present and you see more of his character through his family now. You could have had something with Black Widow for her in the present instead of having her backstory. And I'm so sick and tired of the damn Hulk. They're using the same shit over and over and over again about I'm a monster. I'm just gonna lose control. You had the last movie.
I guess that's why. I guess that's why you never got a Hulk movie is because they can't think of anything else for the Hulk to do.
What you mean? You had the perfect setup with the villain, the leader, at the end of the last Hulk movie. There's so many other things you do. Hulk. Bruce Banner has done so much. You got the smart Hulk. What about him trying to figure out a way for himself to control the Hulk? He couldn't get rid of the Hulk in the last Hulk movie. How about a movie where he tries to actually control the Hulk? Experiments with himself. Give himself certain type of drugs. He actually controls the Hulk for a little while. He's actually able to be in Hulk form and speak to people. How about that?
And is Bruce Banner actually having a nightmare while the Hulk attack is going on? Can we cut to him having a nightmare? What is his vision that he's seeing?
I don't know.
While the Hulk is hypnotized. I mean, the
He's
Hulk
just
is not
being destroyed.
hypnotized. The Hulk is angry because of whatever the vision is that he's seeing. You could have found out more about the Hulk's backstory.
I guess
while
it's just
the fight's
supposed to
going
be Hulk raging. I guess his actual nightmare is him actually living it. Hulk's destroying stuff in and killing innocent people. He's a rage monster. Blah, blah, blah. They're going to use that same shtick for the Hulk for the rest of the series of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and not going to change. Give him something new. And
Even
it's very
though the
disappointing.
Avengers claimed it was all under control.
They did find a way for them to control him. Nastasha was singing him the lullaby or whatever the shit. He was able to get in the field, Hulk out and take people out, and then she helped him get it under control.
Yeah, there just happened to be another incident with Scarlet Witch, and just if that incident hadn't occurred, he was still in control. Like after he fell through the building, the Hulk had a realization.
He woke up and realized, oh my God, there's innocent people around. Look at me. Oh, what am I doing here? And then Iron Man punched him.
Yeah.
Knocked him out. It's time for you to do something new with the Hulk. I'm sick of it. If you're going to send him into space, you should have sent him into space after the end of this movie and had him on another planet. Give the Hulk something to do besides Bruce Banner whining about, I can't control him. Oh boy. I guess we might as well go through all the characters. Tony. I mean, in the first movie, you had his whole building weapons thing, and they kind of related back to that with the twins.
I guess the twins never heard about. I guess the world never heard about his change of heart. What is financing his riches now? What did he just change to the energy?
Yeah, energy technology now.
Shouldn't it have spread by now that he's no longer in the weapons business? And...
Yeah, the twins were mad because their parents died from it. Yeah. It's too late for them to not be mad. Their parents are dead from when his weapons long ago.
Okay, but he turned a new leaf though.
They don't care. My parents dead. I'm going to come after you.
And he didn't personally sell those weapons. It was just a company started by his father. Shouldn't they be just mad at his father?
His dad's gone.
It's like a Whiplash scenario where he's just mad at somebody else.
I don't know. But the point is, you had him come to his realization about the weapons thing, and now he's creating another weapon of Ultron. He's pretty much the same thing of the first movie with him. And now I got to save everything because I created this. Maybe you should stop creating stuff for a while. Well, Cap was the best part of the movie for me, pretty much.
Yeah, Iron Man doesn't learn anything in this movie.
He doesn't. He's gonna go create some more shit.
Goes off scot-free. Doesn't have any sort of moment of realization or anything after the horrific thing he's done and unleashed on the world.
You know what would have been great is if the Avengers still needed to pay for everything they'd done, and Tony was like, I'm gonna take the bullet for this, guys, and he turns himself in to the government.
And that's how he cooperates for Civil War. That's why he gets behind their campaign. We'll let you lose.
I'm not discussing another movie. I just want him to learn his lesson at the end of this movie. He feels bad about what he did, and he doesn't want the team to have this image, create all this chaos and Wakanda and all that. He's gonna tell the government, this is my fault.
That would pay off Captain America's speech earlier where he says it's not about just taking down Ultron, it's about proving that we're the better people and we're gonna accept responsibility and try to take care of the people. Iron Man, they could click in his head, I'm gonna accept responsibility for what I've done at the end of this movie, and could lead into what you just said.
Because at the end of the first movie, he learned about saving people because he was just a hotshot guy, and now he can have pretty much his Dark Knight moment and sacrifice himself for the team, but not die. He just turn himself in and take responsibility for the things he did in this movie. And that would have been a nice thing to end it on.
They did need some sort of overarching Nick Fury type monologue that linked together. It would be nice to have another one of those. Like a montage of where everybody is at this point. Something that links it all together, puts a nice little bow on top of it like it was in the first movie.
I don't know.
You do know.
Tony started it, and he could have finished it. I guess they would have had to recontract Gwyneth Paltrow to come back for a scene where she's crying about it and stuff like that. Guess they didn't want to do all that. I think that's one of my hugest problems. I think out of all my problems...
Your problems.
With the movie. the weight of them saving people is helping me balance it out. I see the twins. How do I feel about them? They were just there.
Didn't really care for them. They were in this movie.
Yeah, that's it.
They went around, they said some lines, bored Ultron with some backstory. One of them decided to take some bullets for Hawkeye and died. We didn't get any sort of funeral or memorial or anybody comforting Scarlet Witch. She just decided to rip the villain's heart out, and then she was fine. She was ready to go. Yeah, I'll join the Avengers. Sounds like a cool plan.
It's kind of disrespectful because they had his dead body just laid on the ground, and Hawkeye just laid on the bench next to it, like cracking jokes and stuff. Oh, my back hurts. It's going to be so sore later. This guy's dead next to you. There was no big event, I guess. Avengers had the big event of the world coming to the realization that they're not alone in the universe, where the soldier had the whole Hydra within S.H.I.E.L.D. thing. What did this one have? Some unknown city in a country you don't care about was about to be the epicenter of the world ending, but
it got stopped.
So I guess it's just going to be this city is no longer exists because it got blown up.
Okay. They evacuated everybody. No big deal.
They saved everybody. But the Avengers still gonna be. See, people could have got mad at them for that. The UN could have got mad. It's like y'all blew up a city, but Ultron had it in the sky. Turn yourself in, Tony.
And who created Ultron? Blah, blah.
Tony, lock him up. Sorry, my eyes are just... Yeah, there was no big event for this movie. It's the climax of phase 2. It's not the last movie, but it's the climax of phase 2. I'm sorry. This is all your characters coming together. You got Ant-Man. What they gonna do? They gonna show up in Ant-Man? Everybody gonna show up in Ant-Man? Help him?
Oh, no. They reveal that Ant-Man takes place before Age of Ultron, and Von Strucker breaks in and steals his AI concepts, experimenting on it, and then they have to send it to the Avengers, and that's the dormant technology that Tony Stark found.
Did they officially say that Ant-Man takes place before Age of Ultron?
No.
It makes no sense. I don't understand why Guardians of the Galaxy had to be made. I really don't. You could have saved that for phase 3. Ant-Man should have been before that. I'm sorry. No members of Guardian of the Galaxy showed up in this movie. Why did we need that movie? To remind us of Thanos? This upsets me most. We could have had Ant-Man in this movie, doing some cool Ant-Man tricks, helping everybody out. But yeah, that's my beef with the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now. And with this here Avengers movie, the climax of your phase 2 is not good as it needed to be.
Yeah, amazing opening action sequence. The character interactions are the best part. Whenever it settles down, you actually get to see these characters bonding over stuff that happened in previous movies and learning new things about each other. Just seeing them in awkward new settings, chopping wood, having dinner with the kids and family at a farmhouse. I mean, if Thor hadn't gone away, it would have been fun to see Thor trying to adjust to farm life as well. That could have been some amusing stuff going on. Could have had some fun jokes in there. The story was just non-existent. It was just a bunch of plot threads, a bunch of ideas. So many things they could have created a whole entire movie around that are only mentioned for 10 minutes, and then we have to move on to something else because everything has to set up for something else that has to come later. Half the movie is setting up for Infinity War, the other half is setting up for the climax, and then you have maybe just 1% that's snuck in there that actually is trying to develop stuff in this movie. You have a little bit of backstory for some of the characters. I don't even know why we had a flashback for Cap in the dance, and there's even a confrontation where he says, I don't trust somebody who doesn't have a dark side. I guess that was just set up for their rivalry in Civil War. I wish it would have paid off. Maybe Cap actually had some sort of dark side that he was going to reveal later at some point that we didn't know about, but as it stands, his vision doesn't pay off in any way. It's just a cute way to have a cameo from Agent Carter. And then you have inconsistencies, you have tons of plot holes, why Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver didn't just kill Tony Stark at the beginning. Ultron randomly decided he wanted to kill people as soon as he woke up, how he got his body 2 minutes later. Frick.
He wanted humans to evolve.
By killing them.
But there was no way to evolve, so he had to kill them.
There's not enough of vibranium to evolve everybody. Not enough pods and chambers and vibranium. I thought about it for 2 minutes, and I decided, you know what? My evolve thing's not going to work out because they stole my Paul Bettany. Now I just got to go to plan B, which is just kill everybody.
Maybe they could have had Cap give evidence to the government about Tony. Maybe Cap could have turned Tony in instead of Tony turning himself in. Either way, it would have worked. Either Tony turned himself in or Cap turns him in.
Everybody just let this whole Ultron thing slide. So there was literally no point to making it Iron Man who created him.
None whatsoever.
Doesn't pay off at all. No inter-team conflict besides a little bit of choking and a lab discussion early on in the movie.
Ultron is just a big failure.
His face alone and the fact that they don't metalize his voice after he gets his new body 2 minutes later. No robotic electronic undertone to his voice. It's just James Spader speaking. And he's got full facial movement even though he's made of metal, being quirky the whole time.
Yeah, they gave him the human eyes and a mouth to move. Why didn't they just give him the face from the comics where it's just the mouth and those slant eyes? It would be more intimidating.
I guess he just wanted to go something different, and they want to utilize James Spader's
It's just like when a villain wears a mask in movies. It's literally what it is, so I don't understand why. Could have had him express through body language and stuff.
He was doing a lot of little girly posturing as well. He would just tilt his head side to side. Come on, guys. Come on.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, whiner. Major whiner. Instead of reveling in the fact that the Avengers are here and I can take them out and continue on with my plan, he's always got to be, oh, what a hassle. I hate my life kind of guy. Like everyday Joe Blow. No, you're trying to take over the world, man. If this is not what you really want, maybe you should just get a desk job, Ultron.
Just very weak, doesn't stand up to them.
Everybody who feels like it can beat him up at any time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Black Widow could have took him.
Yeah, and Black Widow, obviously some people have already pointed this out, that Joss Whedon made that huge uproar about the Jurassic World clip being sexist, but at the same time, Black Widow's only thing that she does in this movie is be the love interest for Mark Ruffalo's Hulk.
And she's his anchor. Hulk needs new material.
It was nice that Paul Bettany actually got to be in the movie for once.
I laugh every time. I still remember when he said, I forgot what late night show it was, where he says that they used to pay me just to do a couple of voice lines, but then somebody got smart. It's like, okay, we gotta make this guy do something now.
It was nice to see him.
It was nice to see him. He was great.
And I'm glad that
I enjoy Vision. Vision is another positive for me.
Vision is a very good positive. It's nice to have another new member of the team, and it's nice to actually see Jarvis becoming an Avenger himself. But the bad thing is I don't really like the Friday voice.
Just because you just met Friday, so you gotta get to know Friday a little bit.
Jarvis was monotone, but for some reason it came across as quirky and funny most of the time, and I don't know.
I just did, sir.
Yeah.
Because this one's not a British accent like that, probably. You got Friday will grow on you. Friday will grow on you.
Yeah, they just wanted me to bond with Friday. Sometimes I thought it was Black Widow talking to him in his earpiece. It's like, oh, wait, that's AI telling him stuff during the climax.
Give it to the next movie.
All right.
You'll be all right. Friday, you and Friday will get along soon. I promise. I enjoyed when he first comes and he has a conversation with all the Avengers. They're all just like antsy and they're all ready to attack, and he just doesn't want to fight. And he just telling them, this is my purpose. This is why I'm here. I will help you do this. I'm on the side of life.
It stinks that he lost his memory and his history with Tony. They just had his protocols, his basic self. I wish he could have still been able to bond and joke with Tony and had that history to go off of as being Jarvis.
Would have been great.
He was having a conversation with Thor on the pad. I wonder what they were talking about. He was probably like, hey, man, don't ever touch my hammer again.
That would be great.
I'm gonna kill you! I'm gonna kill you!
Oh my God, we've been talking for 3 hours.
But now it's just starting to get exciting.
It is starting to get exciting now that we're breaking this movie down and finding the difficulties of it.
And to add on to what I said about them socializing, one of the best scenes is just the party scene where they're all deconstructing each other's things, talking to each other, and they're all aware of what each other's like at this point, and they're teasing each other about it. And
it's fun. They're a family. They're having fun. But family, we know family fights sometimes. Not always physically. Tired of seeing that shit.
Yeah,
Let's give them some emotional things to go through together as a family. And we couldn't get that because Disney movie.
They just have no idea what they want to do with the Hulk.
That's the only thing they think they could do. Let's just have that same monster storyline again.
I mean, he could just be Bruce Banner during the middle section of the movie. You can give him a mission to do. Mm-hmm. Maybe he could be with Cho, working with her.
Bruce Banner is also a doctor, remember. They forget that Bruce Banner is a doctor. He can do other things.
Yeah. The Scarlet Witch's outfit, she just randomly decided to wear a push-up bra for her outfit. Disney approved push-up bra as usual.
I guess at one point she had like neon lights on her suit. Her whole body was glowing. You see that, like the stripes that come down from here, go down her leg and stuff. I don't know what that was, but okay, that's nice fashion.
Yeah, the upgraded Falcon suit with a little bit of color on it.
Yeah, his finally got the red that is supposed to have the red and white on it at the end of the movie. That would be great if that actually showed up and came into play, and him and War Machine were fighting together side by side.
I guess they had a problem trying to think about how they could integrate him into the action scene since he doesn't have any armor or anything like that. Maybe they thought it'd be too dangerous.
And he had the guns. How difficult is that? And then give him the new pack where his uses his. I don't know. I'm done. It's not. There's no excuse for any of it. Whether it's a budget reason or what, it's ridiculous. I'm sorry if anybody feels like we're ragging on Josh Whedon here, but I just think he could have did a lot better. Can't wait to see what he does in the future because this was his last Marvel movie. This should have been a lot better. If it's not him and it was Disney or somebody else, you should have stood up and said something. That's my opinion on this film. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. You know, definitely gonna watch it again. The heroes are actually saving people. Worried about life in this movie. Pretty much outweighing a lot of the negative, even though there's a lot of negative. That's about it for me.
Okay. I'll say one negative thing about the rescuing people is that it made the climax feel a bit messier than the original climax because they were only focused on one thing in the original climax, fighting those people, and then every once in a while they save some people. But this one, you're all over the place and you don't have a clear idea of where everybody is, I guess. But that's also because of the dirtiness of the city and the foreign territory versus a cleaner New York where it's easier to get that geography down.
Iron Man had his scanners. Him and Friday was working it.
Yeah, it's an okay time. Most people will enjoy it. Got funny, witty stuff in it. Wonderful opening. Fun character interactions. Plot that connects action sequences. And everybody walks away happy for some reason at the end of the movie. Enjoy.
Did we mention Claw? I didn't like that either. They just brought his little origin story into the movie where Ultron cuts off his arm. Now he's going to get his weapon and he's going to be in Black Panther movie. His thing was a huge detour in the movie as well. He's like in 2 scenes pretty much and that was it. Yeah, you got a lot of detouring. Just stuff to hurry up and connect things and that's it, like Andrew said.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it, I'm done. Done on Avengers. Kicking off summer. Woo!
Yeah. Anything you want to say?
I think I said everything.
Even though we talked for 3 hours, man, it's not going to be edited it's not going to be that long when you guys are listening to this, obviously. But even though we talked for 3 hours, I feel like there's so much stuff I missed because once we get through the recap, I'm exhausted in the general discussion.
Well, I'm trying to quickly just think, and I think we covered everything.
But I still feel like
we
there
covered the
must be
farm
something I'm
sequence,
missing.
and I said that I enjoyed it. We enjoyed the farm sequence a lot. I enjoyed Hawkeye's family.
He's recounting it all. He's recounting it all.
I'm trying.
He's listing off everything we've been saying in the last hour.
Um,
And he's on. Oh no. That's another 50 seconds.
Sorry, jeez. I was trying to make sure we covered all grounds before the podcast went up. All right, I'm done.
Oh, you want to talk about the post-credit scene?
We talked about that already. Look, you bring it back up again.
No, you want to talk about the post-credit scene.
With Thanos?
That's a mid-credit scene. What about the post-credit scene, Raymond? What's the post-credit scene about?
The post-credit scene says the Avengers will return.
What?
That's it.
F Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
That's what a guy next to him said.
Yeah. Somebody was very upset.
Yeah.
Our audience got very bad because there was no end scene at the end behind the credits where they were eating a hamburger or something like that. They were eating the hot wings. They could have went to go see it. He was so mad that they wasn't eating something at the end of the movie. Well, yeah. I mean, that's the only reason I got upset. They weren't eating anything at the end of the movie. The final sequence, they should have been eating. Oh, they should have been in a yoga class together. Everybody should have been in a yoga class together or something.
We knew what it was supposed to be.
Oh, Andrew came up with the perfect thing.
Yeah, after the credits, it should have been Captain America watching the movie Pinocchio and be like, now I understand that reference.
Cut to black. That's it. Because you got Ultron making all this Pinocchio shit around the whole movie.
There's your credits scene, geniuses. What do you think about that? I liked the weapons one from the last movie. The credit thing, the graphics, the weapons thing.
The post-credit sequence.
This one's weird. It's Greek busts of all the Avengers.
Yeah,
These
it was marble statues of them supposed to, because they mentioned that they're supposed to be like gods or something like that.
Yeah. It was weird. I didn't really like it.
It stood out. I noticed it too.
Yeah, it's weird.
But I wouldn't
It
say
didn't fit the tone of the movie.
Yeah, I would say I didn't like it or not. I'm in the middle ground on it.
Yes. Very disconcerting. Oh, you want to talk about some stuff?
What else we got?
We got the wrong Star Wars trailer.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I didn't see Wilder when that came out, but he gonna get an earful next time I see him. So we sat in the theater. They actually had like the first trailer for pretty much every movie except for Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland had the second trailer, but Tomorrowland came out with a new trailer too. They didn't have any of the new trailers for any updated trailers for the movies on there.
Genesis, nothing.
Had the first trailer, not the second trailer. But a lot of people will agree that that's better because the second trailer reveals spoilers. Jurassic World trailer, first trailer.
Instead of the new one?
Yes, people will say that one reveals spoilers too. But come on, man.
Everyone knew. Everyone knew that this was a mistake. The audience was groaning.
They played the wrong Star Wars Force Awakens trailer. They played the first teaser instead of the next teaser. But we could have saw Han and Chewie at the end. Everybody was pissed. Like, I was so mad. They lucky that the Avengers had that great opening action sequence because I was just going in with a sour mood in this movie. Like, they won me over with the action sequence. I was mad. Beyond mad. So our trailer pack was all messed up. I'm thinking about switching theaters because of it. Yep. I'm mad. I actually paid for this movie.
Whoa.
Shoot. My trailer pack was messed up. We like trailers. Don't mess up my trailer pack. Then the rest of the movie was... All right. Anything else? Should we talk about the long opening intro?
Oh, we don't want to rag on the company.
All right. That's enough. All right. I'm done.
All right. Oh no! For the parking lot projectionists, I'm Andrew.
I'm Jarvis. Shutting
Getting
it
down. You can.